hi. I don't know why the game is not showing up on there again. I never know why anything doesn't work. Hold on, let's see. Is it gonna show up? There we go. Okay, good. We're good. Thank God, because it's had issues sometimes, and that stresses me out. Anyways, every time I test it, it works fine, and then as soon as stream starts, everything breaks. Yes, hi, welcome in everybody. Congrats on getting first, NJD. Congrats on getting second, Blaze. Congrats on getting third, Stitch. I hope you're all doing well. Also, hi, Fish Hosty, and hi, Oravla. Welcome in. I hope everyone's doing good. So yeah, sorry that we're starting late. OBS has been hating me for a while because I haven't streamed much. I think it's bitter. And so it took a little while to coax it into actually going live and working functionally properly, which is really fun. And I hope that doesn't cause more issues down the road, but we'll see. Also, apologies for like not really being live or doing much for the last month. I talked about it a little bit, I think last time. That's crazy. Also, hi, Pikachu Bath. Yeah, whenever like any of those sort of like that's just think about the numbers on that. Like, even if you only get a 50-50 split on the subs with Twitch, I don't know. I'm assuming at his size, he probably gets like a better split. But like, yeah, that's a lot. Anyways, yeah. So I for the last couple months, it's been like real shitty and weird in my life in general. Work has not been great. It's been very stressful, which has not made it easy to do anything. Like a lot of time, I just kind of get home from work and like stare at the ceiling. Oh, absolutely. I mean, depends on the size of his mortgage, I guess. That's also related to what I was going to say, but I'll get there in a sec. So, we've been over a few times. My computer died in April, so I had to replace all that shit. Then I got sick in May, and then I got sick again at the end of May and into June. And then it was just like trying to catch up on videos. And then I had my high school reunion, which went really, really well. I went out to Vancouver Island. I drove out there myself instead of getting a flight because I have an electric car. So I wanted to see if I could do it and also like how much that would cost. And it was really, really nice. I like slept in the back of my car for the one night, then stayed at my school. It was like an old boarding school. So I got to like stay in a dorm for the weekend, you know, open bar, have a lot of nice food, go to a wine and tasting event, sunburn the fuck out of myself, like horrendously badly. Like it's the kind of sunburn that gets gross, not just like painful, but like gross. And so that's still kind of going on, even though it's been weeks now. Like my shoulder is still a little bit crusty. But yeah, then I got back, and then I've been trying to see about maybe applying for a job at a new place within my field. I'm looking at buying a new home and selling my current place because it's just it's getting more and more untenable to live in an apartment building, and I would like to have more space. And there's this nice place that I found that I want to get that would require an extensive amount of work. And also, I just started full-time school again as of, I think, last Wednesday, technically, but I still haven't gotten the funding for it. So I don't know if I'm actually, like, technically in school yet, but I'm supposed to be once they give me my money and then give my school my money. And so, yeah, it's been a busy period, but I'm getting back to normal with all this stuff. I promise also we'll get to the game right away. I just kind of want to make sure I do all the catch-up stuff. Also, wait, why do I have... Why is this in my... What were we talking about with lobotomina? Anyways, let me just check and see here real quick, because I'll show you guys what we're going to be doing this week, because it is going to get a little bit different. First of all, I do have the script done for the Danganronpa video, or not Danganronpa, Drag Race. The Drag Race video, which is going to be over 2 hours. Oh my god, that's too big. It is kind of adorable having his eyes peeking out like that, but hold on, let me just... where is this? Transform, fit to screen, and then we're going to shrink it. So yeah, so this is the schedule for this week. Today we're doing Danganronpa, then Persona, then Stardew Valley in French on Friday, and then Overwatch. So yeah, so actually I guess about the reunion, my school, hold on. This music is kind of distracting, honestly. We're gonna wait in this screen for a little bit. Just because this music is a little bit more tolerable. But yeah, so at the reunion, the way that my school does it, because like fancy old boarding school type shit, it is they don't do any reunions till your first one, which is your 10-year reunion. And then every 5 years after that, they do another one. But the cool thing that they kind of do is like every grad class that's having a reunion has them all at the same time. So I was there with like the grad class for 2011, 2006, 2001. And like the oldest grad class that was there was from 1976. So like fully a 50-year reunion alongside our 10-year one, which was kind of cool. Like, it was nice to kind of get to see people who'd like been through a lot of that stuff before, and like how things have changed, how things have stayed the same, all that. But yeah, so this is the schedule for this week. I forgot to mention when I said I was doing the certificate. The full-time school that I'm going back for is a 1-year full-time certificate in French. And so as part of that, we're going to be doing a French stream once every 2 weeks, which will be a Stardew Valley one, because I think that one will give me some good practice with it, give me some practice on pronunciation in particular, get more familiar with like colloquial French, even though I've heard that the French translation for Stardew isn't like great, but like I did test it out and it seems like it's at least workable. And I think like it's, you know, it's not meant to teach me French. It's meant to be like a supplement to an actual course or set of courses, I guess. And then that one's gonna be every other week is gonna be the plan. So I can kind of use that as like a measure, like each, or maybe every other week, at least every other week, maybe more if I end up enjoying it. But yeah, we're gonna do that. And then also this cute little guy on the left side here, the schedule art. This is some fun little jar guy art. That's not the right way to put it. Let me find him. Social media post. There we go. Yeah, so this is we're doing a new merch thing. This is by Erlia, who did the same, or who did the Wiggler pin for me. Who did the Wiggler emote and all that stuff. All of these. And so yeah, if you want to pre-order them, it's in the pinned chat right now. I think they're 12.50 euros for the pre-order period, so it's a little bit of a discount. But yeah, it's like the way that this one has like a little jar pin on the outside or whatever, and then on the inside it does have a little charm that you can like shake around. It's very, very cute. I'm so excited. Leah did such a good job with the art, and so I'm very, very excited. If you haven't gotten your pre-order already, make sure to go get one. And also, if you want a Wiggler pin, you can also get one at Leah's store, because those are still available, which I think I have not communicated properly, but they are, because there are some people who are like, I can't believe I missed out on that. I want to get this one. I was like, well, those ones are still there. You could get one if you want one. But yeah, the shakers, I'm really excited for the shakers. They're so cute. And like, because I've always really liked Leah's work. I've always liked the Wigglers and stuff. And like, I really, really like the, what was it? Just like the first time that they showed off the shaker keychain, it was meant to be like, I think they did it with like Joel, like Porcelain Maid. But I think I'm the first one who's actually getting one put in her store, which I'm like very excited about. But anyways, we've procrastinated long enough. Yes, it's the Gaslight Geeky Girl Boss class trial time. Do I have any skills I need to set? Focus gauge recovers more quickly. I mean, we have enough SP for a bunch of stuff, so like we might as well just kind of take everything, right? Yeah. Wait, that saves those, right? Yes, it didn't. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so this is the Chapter 3 class trial.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Hi, Gerardo. Yes, it suddenly came back.
Figure out who done
it's more that I wasn't
then
supposed to suddenly
only
disappear
they
for that
will
long,
receive
but
punishment.
it is
But
what it is.
if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Also, yeah,
Now
I'd planned on
then,
getting through this game
to
like a month ago,
with-
like doing a whole
We already
marathon
know
of
who
it.
did it.
Shut up, Aoi. You never know who did
Was
it.
that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
When's this
Don't
game
try
gonna
and
get
deny
its
it.
2x2?
You
I want to play
killed
them
them.
again. I want a new story for I know why they
didn't.
can't,
Someone
but
knocked
still.
me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Slayhem mode is kind of always what the premise was of 2x2. Right? Like, that's just the new scenario for it. Although the fact that they're calling it Slayhem mode and that it's, like, presented as much more bloody and violent right out of the gate is, like, very interesting to me. Also, yeah, so I'm going to be trying to get through this game and Persona 3 Reload kind of as quickly as I can. Because we still have to do Goodbye Despair, but now that 2x2 is not coming out for a little bit, then we have some time. And then I'm going to try and get to some of the smaller games that people have bought for me that I want to play and have not been able to because I've been trying to get through everything else.
I am sorry
But I
to
also
say,
don't want to overload
Hiro,
myself while I'm
but
trying to
we
get through
do
this
have evidence.
beginning part of school.
Blueprint for the suit.
Blueprints for the suit.
Parts we assume were used to build it,
Build it.
and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created
Yeah.
the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
Genuinely, I'm actually
many
pretty
times
happy
do I
that
have
2x2
to
is getting
tell
delayed
you?
just because it gives me more time to catch up on
I-
stuff before it comes out.
I don't know.
Also, me and Puppo just finished Virtue's Last Reward on his channel. And so now we're waiting until next month to start Zero Time Dilemma, which like that's also gonna take a little while to finish. And then hopefully by the time that one's done, we'll get the rest of Your Turn to Die, which means I'll be doing that with Puppo on his channel. And then we'll be going from there.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I think it's gonna be like, did you write
I
it?
don't
or
know
something?
anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
Yeah, it's the hand. I thought there was.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, that you are the culprit.
Oh, I thought there was another
It's
one.
not
I'm stupid.
true,
Hold
it's
on.
Hero, why?
No, just hold on a second.
Yeah, it's the blueprints. I'm just dumb.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints.
The suit parts.
I kept on assuming there'd be more because it seems a little bit straightforward, but I don't know. I'm bad at games in general.
Are we sure Hero really made those blueprints?
Da-da.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hero wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say?
Bum, 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 bum.
When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Yeah, one person writes in a serif font.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
Why would they do that if they didn't think anyone was gonna see it?
The differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
I mean, I'm going. Yeah, Zero Time Dilemma. I mean, I think that
Are
one's
you
gonna be fun
saying you
because Puppo
don't
keeps
think
on making a
Hero's
lot
the
of really
culprit?
interesting predictions.
And he's not the only one. I think Hero's innocent as well.
Specific. Puppo has made. Oh god, what was the? Puppo compared. Puppo asked if the redheaded woman on the cover of Zero Time Dilemma is named Ophelia because of. Oh, what was it? It's a game where like it's a woman whose kid isn't really her kid, but there's like some time travel nonsense going on. I can't remember the full explanation, but I was like, Ophelia. Now the way that you're describing Ophelia, we're gonna clip this, we're gonna save this, we're gonna hold on to this for another, 3 months. But when you finally figure out why that's so fucking funny that you said that, because you said that at like the beginning of, like first few streams of VLR,
What?
and I just know that when we
Who was
finally
in
get
that
that one,
Robo
get to that
Justice suit?
point,
Is it like
it's gonna
Hero
be
said?
so funny. He did
Was
predict
there
Sigma
really
being
someone
old
running around in a
right
second
from the jump,
suit?
though. No matter how much I tried to
The
gaslight him out of that
suspicious
one, that one didn't
individual
really,
hidden within the suit.
he figured out some stuff pretty quickly, and
Go
some stuff I
ahead,
could gaslight him out of,
Makoto.
but that one was one
Tell
he was
them who it
pretty
was.
adamant on. Of course, he passes it off to me.
So, who was in the Robo Justice suit?
One that must have been in the suit. I mean, it was Hero in the suit.
Other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was
Yeah,
the
I just
one
kept trying to
in
get
that
Puppo to
particular
guess what the
suit.
relationship between
and
any
we
of the
never
characters
found
in
any kind
VLR
of
and Zero
second
Time
suit.
Dilemma were.
Then there can be no doubt. Hero is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said
It has
Hero
some really
didn't
fun to
do
make
it.
a lot of jokes about Q. Like,
It
this is my
makes
real hair. It's
perfect
like, well, this
sense.
Q doesn't have
Hero
real
was
hair.
the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo Justice suit.
Gasp.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Yeah, Makoto, can you tell me? I don't actually know. I just think. Things used to move Taka's body. They must have been gotta make sure there's not some other bullshit. But yeah, it's the dolly.
I got it!
Yeah, Byakuya, well, he does contribute to it. There's still one more thing. Right, it was the tarp too.
I got it!
Yeah.
They were a
Yeah,
dolly and a
Byakuya
tarp,
kind of
right?
contributes, but then also he's just like, and now Makoto, you can finish the job. What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And
That
then
is
we
every game,
rediscovered it
but I
in the
feel like
repository.
this one, I mean, this
And when we
one's
found
kind
it
of
for
been
the second time,
consistently
it
egregious
was
for the
wrapped
fact
in
that
a blue tarp, right?
Byakuya and Kyoko are like, all right, Makoto, you can do this. But not like in an
It was
encouraging
the
way,
same
more
tarp
like in
that
a,
up until
why don't
then
you do
was
anything?
stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen
The other ones
it
have people
there
who know
and
more,
decided
but
to use
also
it
are
when
like,
they moved Taka's body.
kind of have more of a reason to dick around with you.
That way,
Whereas this
they
one's
wouldn't
just like,
leave
I
any
don't know, just
bloodstains while
cuz.
they were moving it.
Just to give Makoto the feeling that he's
Okay,
actually
that
part of the
explains
process.
the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the
Hi,
body.
Llama.
Am
Yes,
I
this
right?
is the game where the people
But
die.
are you sure you are not mistaken?
Oh, I am sure I am not mistaken.
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would
People
be
dead. The
very
X ones,
strange
yes.
indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you
Byakuya,
respond?
shut the fuck up. Never mind, I'm back
There
against
is
you.
no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Absolute
We
diva.
have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand
Oh.
what is going on around
Okay,
you.
well, chill. I mean, like, it's true. Makoto's... Never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean, but maybe I can change your mind. I don't know if that's passive aggressive. That's just active aggressive. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved to the equipment room from the equipment room to the repository. New elements been added to bullet time battles. Absolutely. Let's talk about reloading. Next bullet time battle, we're gonna have one more ingredient on the bottom of the screen. Oh wait, we're doing this already? Oh. Like, this seems early to be doing this. Am I dumb?
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere.
Look at me fucking that up. That's kind of incredible.
I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
I ate that shit up. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't miss a single goddamn note. Oh, sorry, my mic
If
is being a
you're
little
asking
loud.
for
I
proof
still have
that
not
the
figured out how to
dolly
get that one
moved,
set up properly.
I have it right here.
Also, hi, I hate peeps. You hate peeps?
When I found the
The
dolly in
machine
the
gun talk battle?
repository,
Interesting.
one of the wheels had a blood stain on it.
I could not agree.
There was a pool of blood in the
Beat Saber,
equipment
true.
room
I've been
with
doing so
tire
much Beat
markings
Saber.
that matched the dolly wheel's
Although
tread.
today, when I was trying to do it, my the strap from
The
the
killer
handle
probably
or from
rolled
the
the dolly through the blood on accident
controller
as they
pushed
wheeled the
somehow
body
managed to
out
hit the
of the
pause
room.
button on my Apple Watch and it didn't record my workout. I was so annoyed.
And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Excuse me. Jesus, Celeste really hate me that
Well,
much.
anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Actually, also, speaking of the Beat Saber stuff, the first rendition of the model is done. Like, the 3D model is done. I should actually ask Kodo if there's any updates, because we did it, and then it was a little bit, it was struggling to be imported into VR chat, but it's getting closer and closer, and I'm hoping we're going to be able to do that soon. But yeah, it looks really, really cool. Like, the model itself looks great, and I'm just really excited to get actually able to get it to like be usable for VR chat and everything. Hey, cookies! I'm work sanity check. Oh no, that's not good. This is my work sanity check. I don't know if I can keep everyone else's going too. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
Oh wait, actually, also, sorry, the other thing I forgot to talk about is the Members' Choice poll. If you haven't already seen, hold on, let me get the Horde vote link. Also, YouTube like deleted a whole bunch of my views. That's fun. YouTube keeps doing this where like it'll record views and it'll be like, oh yeah, you got so and so many views for this period, and then I'll like go back and look a little while later, and it's like, actually no, all like hundreds of views have been deleted. Yeah, this is the Horde vote for this month, and I'm gonna find the actual like topics here eventually. Social media votes, Members' Choice poll results, the graphics, this. There we go. So yeah, so the topics for this month's poll are, if you're a paid channel member, you can go vote on the links on Patreon or YouTube, wherever you're a member. Let me actually find where the fuck the, oh wait, no, it should be here, shouldn't it? Topics this month are the Crush House in reality TV and gaming, about how the medium of gaming tackles maybe its most incompatible crossover genre with television, reality TV, using the Crush House as a jumping off point for how to interpret one of the only interactive media genres outside of gaming for a medium built on interactivity. Hi Lunar, how are you doing? Then it's Mizuki's a good character, you people just can't read, about defending Mizuki Koano from an audience of Overwatch players who seem determined to mischaracterize and misunderstand him at every turn, and would explore the difference between a badly written character versus a character you just don't like. The Plague of the Little Guys in Hero Shooters, about the rise of the little guy archetype in hero shooters recently, specifically Jetpack Cat, Rem, and Jeff, and explore what does or doesn't make a little guy work. And then the last one, which is the new topic for this month, is Shoot in Order and how to tell an ugly story beautifully. This video would be about Shoot in Order, a game with an admittedly messy story that not only survives thanks to its incredible art direction, but thrives on it, and what it says about the importance of presentation and narrative. So if you're a channel member, you can go vote for one of those 4 topics. If you're not a channel member, you can vote in the Horde vote in the linked one there. US versus Belgium, safe World Cup. Belgium's up 3-1. Hell yeah. Truthfully, I'm at a point with the Americans and everything because they just cannot be normal about sports. Like, the number, like I saw like tweets that were like, oh yeah, on, you know, the 51st state had a rough 4th of July weekend. And it's like, well, maybe die. Maybe go get sunstroke at your fucking dinky backwoods town, you know, street fair of a 250 celebration. These Americans, aw. We do not cheer for USA. We cheer for anyone against them. Also, hi, Velvet. How are you doing? I hope I'm saying that right. But yeah, I don't know. Americans have really been on one for the last, or forever, but like last decade in particular. Like, to be fair, like the thing that annoys me is Americans also don't like, because there are some countries that don't fuck around about sports. Like, don't get like I, as much as like Brazilian football can get terrifyingly intense, like there's a referee at one point who got like fully crucified on the stands, didn't they? Hold on. Oh my god. It was 2013. Hold on, let me find it. Murder of Otávio João da Silva. A 20-year-old Brazilian amateur football referee who was stoned, lynched, beheaded, quartered, and had his head impaled upon a stake in the field by football spectators after he stabbed a player to death in a match he officiated in June of 2013. He sent off a player who was 11 years older than him, who refused to leave the field, began a fight with him, and then tried to punch it, or threw a punch at him, and then he pulled a knife and stabbed him, which then killed him. And then those people stormed the pitch, stoned him to death, ripped off his head, quartered him, put his head on a stake in the pitch. Like, it was horrifying. And this wasn't even like, this was an amateur, like, unsanctioned, basically just a pickup game. I don't know. It was crazy. Yeah, like, literally like Danganronpa-esque execution of someone. But like, even that, like, Brazilian football fans, like, they take, even in like professional context, like, they take the sport seriously and it matters to them. What pisses me off about the Americans is it doesn't matter to them. As soon as it doesn't work for them, or as soon as they lose, which they will, they're not winning the World Cup, and I'm not saying that even as an anti-American thing. There's like 5 teams that have ever won the World Cup. It's not going to be the Americans. This has been a weird tournament for upsets, and it was very cool that Canada got as far as it did. Like, I wasn't expecting Canada to make it to the, like, round of 16. Like, that's pretty crazy for us. Like, we got as far as Brazil and Portugal. Like, crazy cool. Like, very fun to watch. It was very sad that they lost to Morocco. But, like, anyways. But, like, the Americans get so rude and obnoxious about this stuff, but they don't care. Like, the Brazilians, when their team loses, affects them. In Canada, when, like, our national hockey team loses, especially when we're having a good moment, like, it affects us. It's sad. Like, people get emotionally invested. It matters to these people that their national sport is happening. But the Americans only care about it insofar as they can use it to shit talk someone else. And I find that to be, like, antithetical to sport. Not because shit talking isn't part of sports. It is. And it's a fun part. But it's like, yeah, US fans, also, hi, Goman. Like, US fans are so low energy, low commitment. Just, I mean, yeah, low commitment. They don't care. Leads to a lot of bandwagoning, yeah, and like a lot of bandwagoning and a lot of just like, especially right now because of the weird nationalism. I mean, the US has always had weird nationalism going on, but like, especially right now where they like, everything has to be an attempt to prove that America owns everything, which is also kind of the thing. Like, frankly, if you need to use the World Cup to prove that you are the biggest, baddest, bestest, especially when you're getting your president to step in and interfere and get red cards revoked, like, that shit's insane. You're not that good. You're not that interesting. And frankly, part of the reason why Americans never had to do this before, in spite of still being a global superpower, is that they didn't have to prove that to people. Now they keep flopping, so they're desperate to prove that they have something to offer, or at least something to show for it. You know, you don't see China dick swinging like that about the World Cup or about like the Olympics in the same kind of way. But yeah, I think also part of it is just Americans don't have community in a lot of places too, because they're just not very, like, I mean, you saw it in the US, like with hi Cryptic, you saw it with what was it, with the Knicks in New York. Like, New York, especially under Mamdani, Mamdani's done a pretty good job with everything, frankly, but also bringing people together. I don't know, 2 by 2 waiting room, exactly. It's gonna be a long wait, but we're waiting. But like, New York is a good example, like, especially with the Knicks, and like, that was fun to watch. Like, not only because the game was fun, but because people were invested. Like, it's fun to watch a sport when the fans are fans and not just, you know, the people who could afford to be there and like the people who just want to prove a point with the sport. Like, it's part of what made it so sour when the Americans won in hockey. Because, like, yeah, it sucks, whatever, we lose. Like, we usually do win. Canada kicks ass in hockey. Like, sometimes we lose, it's not the end of the world. But then they, like, bring it up as, like, this argument for annexation. And it's like, this isn't fun. Like, how do you enjoy sports like this? Especially because when they lose a sport, they're like, well, it doesn't matter anyways. Like, they're children. They are petulant children. Everyone is 12 in America.
I'm not sure that really matters.
Also, yeah, it's good that it's not canceled.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer.
Yeah, good not canceled. I'm okay that it's delayed because I would like to have more time.
How the body was transported, it will become immediately
obvious. 2 by 2 is delayed until 2027. And also, yeah, like people, like, that is the kind of thing that like people are invested in a sport will do. Like, my manager is Mexican, and she was like, she took a day off of work to watch some of the Mexico World Cup games. Like, those sort of things are like... I'm kidding. I mean, I assume. Like I said, I'm excited. It gives me more time to finish other games before we get to that. But, yeah. If you look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. I mean, that's fair, man. But also, like, I think that's part of, like, you can enjoy sports without knowing them. What does he mean by that? Like, I don't really get basketball, but, like, it can be fun to watch a good basketball game. And I think that's kind of where it's, like... It's just about understanding that, like...
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
He couldn't load it onto there.
Shoot!
I thought that was... Okay, whatever, we'll get there.
As we know, and from there...
Yeah.
Well, because there was a demo, wasn't it?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly...
Well, yeah. All you'd have to do is bend
Oh, that's where it is. Duh.
No, that's wrong.
That's a guy. Yeah, I assume it's just...
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly.
I wonder if maybe the demo was supposed to be released publicly. Because it wasn't, right? It was just available at...
But if you were wearing that suit, do you
It was
think
just at some
you
game
could
event,
actually
right?
get into a position like that?
I mean, a lot of Canadians were actually like...
What do you mean?
Like, a lot of Canadians were not invested in the World Cup until we started to kind of do better. And then it was like... People started to get more hyped for it. Which I think that's different from bandwagoning, in my opinion. Because I think it's like... It's one thing to not really realize it's going on. Or like, you know, soccer's never really been our sport. So it's like... Understandable that we aren't by default as hyped for it as like hockey. Because also... It's easier to be hyped for a sport when you know you're going to do well at it, right? Or like that your country or your team or whatever is going to do well. So like, but as it started to kind of look like we might actually go the distance, I mean, probably not really win. I don't think anyone expected us to win it, but like seeing us go further and further than we ever have before, because we've literally never even scored a goal in the World Cup before. Like that was cool. People got excited and people were hyped up for it. And like, but no one was using it to like go on Twitter and be like, see, this is why we're better than everyone else. Because like every Canadian understood that like, you're not in a position to shit talk about soccer. This is not our sport.
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
Yeah, I'm assuming that the reason why it's got a Twitch category is for the playable demo, though. I think they were probably just imagining if they were going to be releasing it. I'm blind as a bat in here. I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. Nice. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit,
she really... Oh, maybe that's why we were looking at Lobotomina, because Aoi looks like her sometimes.
You can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Yeah, like there are apparently there's some pretty big celebrations in like Vancouver and Toronto, I think, for the
Seems
World
like
Cup
it'd
too.
be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
I mean, you probably could. It would just be like really inconvenient, and you'd run into so many walls. Also, you wouldn't really...
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
People can't take off the suit by themselves. No chance the costume's taken off just to move the body, because can't take it off by yourself.
I got it!
Got it!
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make this stupid friggin' thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. Yeah, it is a really bad suit.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it.
Yeah, like, I will say... This
Showing
case
up in the suit was
gets
basically an
fucked up by
invitation
the
for
fact
everyone
that-
to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
It is very funny.
it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
Owie,
To be
I don't need you
clear,
to be the smartest person in the
whoever did
room.
move the body, it couldn't have been Hero
But I do
in
need
the
you to be
robot
smart enough to
suit,
recognize that you're not the
correct?
smartest person in the room.
No,
Please.
wait. Just a
Just a
second, if you please.
S'il vous plaît.
Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
Yeah.
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain
Now,
that?
see, I'm stupid. Also, okay, I was talking about this because, like, there was,
Besides,
I think, I'm not
do
sure
you
if I
remember
did talk
what
about
the
this on
now
stream.
deceased Hifumi said?
There was somebody who was watching through the VoDs of 999 on, like, on my VoDs channel. And they left some comment because they got frustrated how I wasn't, like, giving it enough time, or I didn't wait, or I wasn't patient enough with the game. And I was like, girl, can you give me some grace? Like, this is the first, like, non-Danganronpa visual novel I've ever played. And, like, the first one I played on stream. And I'm, like, not really sure what I'm doing. Like, chill. And, like, part of why I bring that up is because, like, I genuinely have very little experience with this genre until the last few years. Like, I played the Danganronpa games, and then I played Zero Escape 999 on stream. And that would have been the fourth visual novel I ever played. So, like, when I was doing this, I don't think I had figured it out, in part because I don't think I wanted to. I wonder if I could figure, or no, because I guess I did that one over a video call, or not video call, but, like, I streamed on Discord to Squidgy. And I don't think I would have given my theories on it then. I don't think I got this one right. I think part of me probably still said Kyoko. That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now. Celeste.
So long as those facts exist,
This has been
the
kind of a,
proper
like,
conclusion is beyond question.
a Mandela effect. It's not really a Mandela effect. I could have sworn that they all referred to her as Celestia. It has annoyed me that they don't call her Celeste.
And the
That they call her
culprits are
Celeste instead of
one and the same.
Celestia.
It was Hero, without a doubt.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it.
that's part of why I'm really excited to play
Before we rush
2 by
to
2.
a verdict, shouldn't
Although
we
honestly,
explore
I think once we
every
get the release
single
date for that, I might have to
possibility?
take like a week off of work and just
Instead
like
of seizing
marathon
on
through
one
it. Because
viewpoint,
otherwise people are going
the
to spoil
truth
it
is
and ruin it
uncovered
for
by
me. And like I
analyzing
want to
things
have
from
the
every
experience
angle.
authentically, you know?
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's
Where
review
do
this
we
series of
go?
unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
Also, I just realized, wait. And first of all, thank you for the sub earlier, Stitch. I don't think I actually said that. But also, I just realized it's not like tracking those properly. Hold on. What the fuck is happening there? Huh? Yeah, that's not right. Because it's supposed to read this from a file, isn't it? Or no, that's not right. Nope, that's also not right. Oh my god. Why is this not working anymore? Wait, how long has it been doing that for? Wait. Side trickster. When did they even follow? How far back is this not tracking for? Like, that's over a month ago. That's so annoying. Why is that doing that? Streamlabs. Oh, is it because it wasn't like logged in? Hold on, let's see here. Oh, there we go. Okay, now it's working. Okay, perfect. That actually was a lot easier to fix than I was expecting it to be. Okay. What a pain in the
I don't
ass.
disagree, but our lives are on the line.
Okay,
If
I'm
this
curious
is
about
what
what
it
chapter
takes,
6 will end up doing.
we
as well.
have to do it.
I mean,
Plus,
kind of the whole
maybe
thing,
we'll get to find out
even
where
the premise
the
of
heck
it.
Kyoko was when everything went down.
Like, I saw something someone was saying that like their theory is that this is like slay him mode is going to be like they're put back into the killing game with their memories of the game or something like that, or like, because that's kind of the curious thing is like what's going to be the premise, what's going to be the setup, like what's going to justify there being another killing game within this same context. Do the characters know? Is it subsequent? Is it simultaneous? Like what's going to be the vibe? Excuse me, Jesus, I'm dying. But I think like it'll be really, really interesting to see like how they managed to take it to a satisfying conclusion using those same characters and that same premise. Because obviously the whole story and all the characters and everything, it's all developed under the assumption that it's going to be playing out in this exact way. And then once that changes, it's like, well, then what purpose will those characters show? Yeah, there's going to be a lot more content is what they said, like the 20% more. And then also, yeah, that like an inciting incident is going to be changed. Like something is going to be different right off the jump. And when they said that, they showed the picture of Kamida and Hinata at the top of like a mountain or whatever. And they seem to be getting along right from the jump of that game, which is going to be very interesting. Anyways,
All right, then. Let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning.
Actually, you know what? I wonder if maybe if they go back in, would it, you know, is it possible that maybe it would be like a different version of like instead of having, oh god, why can't I remember her name now? Ultimate Gamer, Chiaki. Instead of having her in there, maybe whoever is responsible for setting them back into the game is like, okay, well, that was what fucked us up last time, is that you guys had an ally on your side. We're getting rid of her now. We're gonna, and like some other, maybe the Ultimate Animator makes an appearance as their 16th student, because he was supposed to be part of their class. Was he not? Right? And then the imposter took his spot. So maybe we'll get the Ultimate Animator and he'll become a game character instead of just being an anime character, which if he joins the game, I just hope he gets killed. Ruka, wait, which one's Ruka again? I can never remember the anime character names. Ruka. Oh yeah, Ruka. Absolute demon. But she does slay. Her or the Ultimate Pharmacist. Either one of the two of them can get in there. Ultimate Confectioner, yeah. The one who gave everyone diarrhea.
4 of us gathered together in the dining hall.
Make it a battle royale.
Makoto,
I mean, they could.
Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up.
I'm really curious because they said like locations are going to change. So, like I'm assuming we're not getting like the Strawberry Tower.
That was around 8 a.m.
And the Grape Tower
and
again.
as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant.
Did she die to food in the anime? Wait.
I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after
What killed
7.
Veruca in the anime? Hold on. Wait, now I actually do need to remember. Because it wasn't... Hold on. I have too many tabs open. No, I don't want to go to AI mode. Stuffed yourself with sweets. God, this is really just the wiki being fucking awful for the sake. Oh my god, let me click on anything. Veruca, she killed herself. She didn't try to do the brainwash. Oh, did she? Wait, I don't remember that. But yeah, she did also... Yeah, she got Seiko to... Or she tried to kill Seiko. She did kill Sonosuke by, like, straight up putting the... Jesus Christ, like, making out with him with a candy in her mouth. Like, that shit was crazy of her. She was a bad person. Oh, it was full of macarons? Oh. I like the anime more than a lot of people do, I think. But like, yeah, there's still some parts that were just like.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume.
I genuinely do not remember any of that part though.
As it turns out, it was Robo Justice.
Yeah, no one can escape was her
It also
thing.
soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi.
I hated the forbidden actions.
We were soon joined
like,
in our search by Byakuya
those were so
and Toko,
stupid. I know
and
why
then
they did it
went on
because they
to
wanted
find
to change up the
Hifumi in
game.
the library.
But it was like,
He was injured,
yeah, she was the last
so
death
we
of the
took
game.
him to the nurse's
from
office
what the wiki
and
says anyways,
resumed
so
our
that makes more
search for the
sense.
suspect.
But like,
not long after leaving the nurse's office.
well, because the thing is, the forbidden actions, some of them were like a lot easier to avoid than others. Like, don't witness violence. Well, I feel like that person's probably fucking dead. I don't know. I mean, like, and the point of it was obviously that, like, the nurse, or not the nurse, I just saw a nurse in the background. It was stupid. Like, I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When
The point was that, like, it wasn't meant to be a fair
we
game,
decided to
but
split
it
up
did
and
suck.
search the second
And it did just
floor.
make it, like, really feel
And
kind of
soon
tedious.
after that,
See more than
I
two
saw
things in a
someone
row.
moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
You don't know where the semicolons in my statements are. I can string together a sentence for fucking forever and ever if I need to. Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then
Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
at that point we decided to divide up into two groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went
Yeah,
back
I
to the
am-
nurse's office.
The longer I think about it, the more I
While
kind of think that like
Sakura,
a character is
Byakuya,
gonna get
and
swapped out.
Toko chased
I think
after
that
the
Chiaki
suspect.
being replaced as a main roster character by
When we
someone
got
else
back
would
to
make
the
a lot
nurse's
more
office,
sense.
We found Hifumi,
Oh,
dead.
strange and or suspicious. Not
And
sure.
that's when we heard the body discovery
I don't know, but they're probably
announcement.
gray, statistically speaking.
I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
But I do think that like because the Ultimate Animator is supposed to be part of their class.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost
I
exactly
mean,
the
yeah,
same
but
time.
Kaede is also front and center in all the marketing for
because
V3.
we heard the
so
same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
I do think they'd be willing to commit to the bit hard enough to fuck
And
over
that's
or
when
like
I told
to
you guys about Hifumi.
have like voice actors and actors.
Then the
I mean, maybe
three of us headed for
maybe
the
Chiaki would be
nurse's
voices as well.
office.
I don't know.
But right after we left
I'm
the
bad at this
physics
part of
lab,
the theorizing process.
we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Bon d'accord, but it was dark upstairs and I am fighting into the dark. Mon dieu. Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Because like, obviously there's gonna be a twist
Then
somewhere
we
in
remembered
2x2,
we'd left
right?
Toko
Like
passed
it's
out
not
in
gonna
the
be done
equipment
straightforward.
room, so we hurried
So it
back
is just a
again.
question of what is it going to be. If it was not a very homosexual moment, then what was even the point of having 100 line? This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? It was all a dream.
But when we
a
got
horrible,
there,
horrible
we discovered
dream.
that now Taka's body had also gone missing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because it's like everyone knows there's going to be some sort of like a weird twist. Like even beyond just like the standard for a Danganronpa game, like it's going to have to be something that justifies this. There's going to be a starting twist. There's going to be twists throughout. And like that's going to be really, really interesting to see kind of what direction they go with. Because
Next
there's
thing we knew,
there's
we were
too many-
searching the school for two missing
too many
dead
unknown
bodies.
unknowns.
And after some time,
Celeste informed us
But
that
there
she
better be
found
some
the
gay
bodies,
shit.
and we all
What's even the
headed
point
to the
otherwise?
repository,
Oh shit. Sorry, I'm feeling that.
which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I don't think it does.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Also, yeah, I was talking about buying a place, and a place that I really like being a little bit messed up. And like, it's very, very cool. The contradictions what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them no matter what. Yeah. It's like a very nice, or if I get to own it and get to work on it, it will be a very nice place, but it is definitely looking a little bit
regarding Taka's death,
left over from someone who maybe was
Hifumi, or perhaps
having an
after?
episode. And
We
so
already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
the hammers were numbered, but were they used in that order?
So, regarding I wonder if, or perhaps it was, we already know what order they were killed. Taka came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering of the...
It's true that Hifumi
okay.
was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came
in
from
combo.
a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So I think that numbering
So,
is the one that I have to pick up
wonder
to
if
shoot it
perhaps
order.
it was, we already know Taka came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that while Taka's death,
See? So it's obvious Taka came...
Why do I have 13 minutes to
So,
resolve this?
I wonder if, or perhaps it was, we already know what order they were killed in.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, it is like a very, very... It's like an older house, but it's like, I think 1,200 square feet. It has a basement, it
Hold on.
has an upstairs.
There's
like,
no reason to assume
it has
that
like
the
a
hammers were
greenhouse, it
used
has
in
like
the
a
same order
garage.
as their numbers.
And it's just like, there's some drywall
If
that's missing,
anything,
there's some paint that's very
just
fucked up.
another way the killer tried to
There's
disguise
some electrical
their
stuff that might need to be
actions.
done, some plumbing stuff that might need to be done. I'm gonna try and get
So
some
you're
inspection
saying the
and see.
culprit wanted us to think the
I'm gonna see if I
hammers
can
were
get
used
financing,
in order,
and then I also have to like try and
but
negotiate
in
down the
reality,
price.
Taka was killed
It's been on the market
before
forever.
Hifumi?
So I'm trying to.
Okay,
I'm hoping I
then.
can
Let's see the
knock
proof.
them down by like a lot. Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. Something that relates to what time they must have died. Bam, 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 bam. Wait, what? What the fuck is this? Oh, wrist. Wristwatch. I'm stupid. I kind of forgot about that. Oh, fuck. I almost fucked up because I forgot that one was pre-filled.
Now I understand.
Yeah, a lot of like, I think a lot of the reason why the place it hasn't
I got
already
it.
sold is because
Taka's
it just
wristwatch.
looks like it's a mess.
See?
And the person
Look,
who owned it
It broke
most
with
recently,
the hands pointing
like
just
it's
past
so
6
weird.
o'clock.
I think it's someone who kept trying to start DIY projects and never finished them. Because like there's one wall above a stairwell that's like most of the way painted, but then they just gave up in the top corner of it where like they couldn't reach it anymore and just never finished it. Like it's very weird the kind of stuff that they've just left behind. And so it makes the place look a lot worse than it is, but like it really isn't that bad. Like
It
it is
must
mostly
have
just like
gotten
paint
broken
and a
when he
couple
was
of
attacked by
patches
the
of drywall
killer.
that probably need to be replaced.
Because as of last night,
And like some electrical stuff that needs to be rehooked, or like a bathtub that needs to be removed, probably at most. Hey, you, how long were you to keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night,
Yeah, I'll
then
need to
he
get
must have
financing
been
because it's
attacked
like
around 6
kind
this
of a
morning.
lot.
And
Right,
that
that's
would
hard
be
to do.
his official time of death.
Because I had some
But
good
if
collections
that's
like
true,
years ago.
then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka
should've went
was
to the bank
killed
today to try and
before
get an
any of the
appointment to
other
talk about the
incidents took
mortgage.
place.
That simple
We'll see.
fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
Like, I feel like this is one of those things where it's
why
like,
the culprit wrote the numbers on each
in
hammer
hindsight,
and had them increase
this
in
seems
size.
goofy and like obvious, but also
That
like
way,
in
when
the
we
moment,
saw
it's a
how
clever
they were
little
used
way
in
of doing
each
it. I don't know.
incident,
I like it.
We'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Are we? Huh? What was that? It came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko.
I'm very excited to start the French Stardew streams. Like, I got all the mods set up for that. Because
Then
also,
we
like,
all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
it's like for the Stardew one, because it'd be really easy if it wasn't, like, if it was just the same game, but in French. So I did get, like, a bunch of really extensive mods. I think it's, like, very, very expanded Stardew. I can't remember what the exact term for it is, but, like, it's, like, I think a couple hundred mods, or, like, 100 mods or something, that all, like, tweak the game, add new characters, add new areas, all this stuff. And so, like, I'm very excited to, like, I played a little bit of it just to make sure it all worked properly. I'm very excited. Horny Bachelors too. Is that a thing? There's no way that's, like, an actual mod. Yeah, Stardew Valley very expanded as, like, the mod collection. But let me just see here. Make some jerk it. Oh, I got it. Wait, that is a thing. Yeah, no, we won't be doing that on stream on account of I would like to still have my YouTube channel or my Twitch channel. I didn't know that was a thing. Anyways, continuing. We won't do that. I'm a good Presbyterian.
That's
I would
totally
never-
true. We're all in the clear.
Thanks, Genocide Jill.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Yeah, this is
Anyway,
a serious
we
investigation.
all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream.
I just realized I think I need to turn off the gain on here. Just because I think it keeps on peaking, and I don't really like that. I don't know if I'm like being loud enough as it is. I don't know. I'm terrible with audio shit in general. It stresses me out.
Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing. Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
Thank God.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared,
Hiro
so they
and
most
Kyoko.
certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing.
Also, I think actually we're going to run the ad right now, get it out of the way because pre-rolls are back on. And then we will start up again in a little bit. Okay. Let's see here. See you guys in a couple of minutes. Okay, we're back. Hi. Also, thank you for this sub, Mitzi. Yeah, Twitch notifications are hateful. They just don't do anything properly anymore. Also, hi, is conceivable. How's it going? Alrighty.
And according to what Celeste said...
Oh, Jesus. Hi, Queen Crane. I say kill them. We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then, the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time? It would seem so.
His body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
That fat ass could never get up the stairs that fast.
What if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Thanks, Kaido.
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
God, I bet this shit just absolutely
The dead body
first.
moved on its own?
It's been so long since I played this.
No! No, they're... Ghosts!
Like, I know I've said
I don't think it has
a
anything
million
to
times
do with the occult.
every stream of
I
this
think
game.
what
Like,
she's
they
implying
did such a
is
good job with this. It's such a, like, insane
We
first
thought
run at this
Hifumi
game.
was dead,
Or
but
this, like,
perhaps in
concept
reality
for them, you
he
know?
was still alive.
Ba-da-ba.
Alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
Actually, I rewatched I didn't rewatch it. I listened to the Inescapable video on my drive back from Vancouver Island. It's a long ass drive. So I listened to a lot of videos, like on the way back. Actually, I was listening. Oh, what's her name? Hootsman, I think is the channel. Love their videos. The wine and egg diet is also making me realize that my relationship to food and dieting is definitely still not better than it was when I made the Body Dysmorphia video. Because I was like, there's the part of my brain that's like, I could do that. I don't know why everyone's struggling so much. It's just some wine and some steak. And like some egg. Oh, nice. I'm glad she enjoys it. It is the VODs are a hard one to get. It's actually kind of funny. Because like, whenever I make a video about a game and that video does really well, usually the VODs pop off as well. The V3 ones didn't, which is kind of interesting. Because like, I think that one's more because people who played V3 will know the game, whereas like Buried Stars, Process Elimination, and Inescapable, people haven't played, so they'll watch the VODs, check up on it. And the first part of the Inescapable VOD has like more views than any other segment. Actually, let me get the numbers on this. So I'm not just talking entirely out of my ass. Lifetime views on the VODs channel. Actually, weird. Actually, the most viewed video on my channel is the trailer that I did for like my Virtual Killing Academy stream, which has over 10,000 views now, actually, which I didn't even realize. That's kind of cool. I need to still do the next part of that. But anyways, it's like part 1 of the Inescapable VODs has 9,600 views. And then part 2 only has 3,500, which kind of happened with Buried Stars 2, went from 9,300 to 3,800, which is a smaller dip by like about 600 views, give or take. But then like the rest of the Buried Stars ones all appear pretty high on the list, and the rest of them do not for Inescapable. Process Elimination actually does pop up pretty fast. And Your Turn to Die, which I guess I keep forgetting I did make a video about that. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. Yeah, like, truthfully, like, I think the only 2 games I would genuinely be willing to, like, stake my reputation on with people is Buried Stars and 100 Line. 100 Line, I think, is a lot easier to sell, though, because, like, that one's also like, I think the kind of people who know they or who would like 100 Line are most likely gonna find it anyways, except for people who don't want to play anime style games. But like, I do think Buried Stars, like, people are a lot more skeptical of, but it's so fucking good. I love it. I think you'd enjoy it too. It is also a relatively short one, all things considered. Like, it's not like it's not Persona or something. I would highly recommend it if you can get it on sale. Nice. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I always appreciate when people are able to show up, but also no worries if you're not able to. I know people are busy. I'm busy, so I get it. Yeah, that's very, very
Are you
sweet. Thank
saying
for
that when we
that.
first found Hifumi in the nurse's office?
Yeah, I hope your turn to die
there's
playthrough goes
a
well.
chance he was actually still alive?
And
No.
then,
It is impossible.
and yeah, I do hope you check it out, though,
Hifumi was
because
dead,
it's so good.
without a doubt.
You just haven't finished
And
it
you
yet.
know that
You sat on
how?
it for too long. You need to go back and play it and
Surely
finish
you
it.
heard the body discovery announcement
With the-
along with the rest of us.
Hifumi's
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I think it's this. It's only made once, but their bodies discovered almost exactly the same time.
Are you saying
That when we first found there's a chance you...
No,
It is Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body
Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Look at me go.
No, that's wrong.
I still don't actually know how to say that, so I'm like quietly mumbling
Was
it,
the
but I
body
wanted,
discovery
I
announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Who would
Of
intend
course
anything for
it was.
Hifumi?
The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe.
God, I love her.
But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if two bodies
I'm so
had
excited
been
to
found,
finally get back
there
to Your
really
Turn to
should have
Die.
been two announcements.
Like, I really need them to finish that game up. I know why they haven't. I really understand that. I
Simply
just
got
want to get the ending of it
lazy
so
and rolled
bad.
them together into one.
That lazy
What
ass
do you
bear.
say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty. Huh? He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again.
Escándalo. Or
If
something. I
that's
don't know.
true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
I just noticed his middle knuckle is like kind of fucked up there. Thank you for the hydration check. Just another lurker. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. First time I played is when we found each body in the nurse's office in the equipment room. And the second time was when both
I
bodies were
got it.
rediscovered.
We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the two bodies.
Ding dong, ding dong. A body's been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin. My voice
Didn't
is still
seem
not
weird
recovered
at the
from being
time,
sick. I still can't
But it
do anything that
contradicts what
resembles a
Monokuma
high-pitched
just
voice.
told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard.
Well, that's
But
not
honestly,
true. Makoto's been
I do
running
not
these trials
think
for
there's
3
anything that
chapters
can
now.
prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or
She was
not.
ripped the fuck out.
This whole thing is pointless.
I can't remember who it was who made fun of me for mumbling what the comment or what the chat says out loud. There must be proof that shows Hifumi is still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. Do we snowboard? No, we just argue. Oh. I'm not on the easy mode, am I? I feel like I have checked this like every chapter of this
Well,
so
here's
far.
one thing we do. The first time we found Hifumi's body, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body,
It was in.
But when you compare his body before,
Other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
No, that's wrong. In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository.
No, you don't have to. No apologizing. I yap too much anyways, so the bar for yapping too much is very, very high here. But also, yeah, I think. Yeah, like I think. I don't know. That's the sort of stuff where it's like I never want to encourage people to not try and do stuff, because like I do want people to like.
You talk too much.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think it's always good for people to try and experiment and explore with it, but I also don't want people to like end up hurting themselves by being overconfident in something or like trying to swing too big, because like it is easy, like with any of this sort of stuff, to get way too ambitious and then like not because ambition is bad, but because resources are limited and it's hard to get the practice and like yeah, something like, you know, I mean, Your Turn to Die is a good example of that. It's not hindered by the fact that it doesn't have voice acting, at least. I think it adds to the experience because they built it around that. And then, like, I don't know. I think if that game was poorly voice acted, it would mess the game up a lot. And so it's better to stick to what you know you can do well, and then work on practicing the other stuff and like building up the other stuff when you have the ability to, as opposed to like, especially when it's like meant to be a public release and like something that you're setting up for like, you know, to sell as a game, because people are so mean, which like I know is kind of rich coming from me as someone who has been mean
His
about
glasses.
games.
That fact
But,
alone
like,
proves that he was
you
only
know.
playing dead in the beginning.
It's just better to avoid the ire of
Perhaps you'd
people
like to
who
fill the rest of us in?
have an incentive to be haters.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
Then in
his
Zero Time
glasses
Dilemma
were
is
covered
voice
with
acted
blood.
competently, and that didn't save it either, so
But when we found
voice
him
acting does
again
not make or
later in
break
the
in either
repository,
direction. It's all about what works best for your
they
game.
were spotless. And
Hifumi
I found
learned
the items
hygiene.
used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office
Crazy.
trash can.
Also, is the mic too quiet now, or is it like, is this a good volume for it, or what?
I got it! It was a
Ba-ba-da-ba.
glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot.
It's okay. Okay.
One look
I
at
just
the blood
I
stain on
talk
the
so
cloth
weird
should make things
in terms of
clear.
like volume. I never know if I'm actually like at the right level,
This
if I'm
piece
too
of
loud or
cloth
too
was
quiet,
used to
or
wipe
if I need to change my
Hifumi's
settings
glasses
or whatever.
clean. And the mascot on the
Okay,
cloth
good to
is
know.
the
Thank you,
same
everybody.
one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
the character was
Truthfully,
Princess Piggles.
Hifumi
From
was
Demon
so
Angel Pretty
stupid.
Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
No one else is
I
also
see
a
your
fucking
point.
loser.
And the only
God.
people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
Honestly, yeah.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true,
Devious.
it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
Why would anyone else do it?
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
Also,
That's
I don't
a
want
good
to. Especially
point.
since we're just about to get to that point, I want to like
Then it must
spoil
have been
or like get
him,
ahead of spoilers and
right?
stuff. I need
So
to
let's
be better about
assume
not
that
spoiling
Hifumi
things
was
in
still
general.
alive in the nurse's
But, like,
office.
Yeah, I would be
pretends
fuming
to
at how
be
much he
dead.
fucked up.
Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible.
Fuck him
Wouldn't
up
you
on the way
say?
out the door too. Like, goddamn.
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains
Covers it
packs
now.
of blood for emergencies. He probably used
Also,
one
actually,
of
wait.
those.
This is entirely unrelated to what we're doing, but I want to show you guys because I'm starting the French Stardew Valley playthrough soon, and I made the thumbnail for it, and I really liked how it turned out. I want to show it off before we get too much further into it. Look. So in the top left, that's the Francophone Albertan flag because I think it's a cute flag, and then it's Parti. And then I don't know how to say things. Again, my pronunciation is dog shit, and that's part because like when I lived in Quebec, part of my issue is that I really struggled to actually get the pronunciation down because I always felt like I was doing too much. So I kind of want to have these streams to like actually learn how to do it and like force myself to do it properly. But yeah, I even changed my little logo in the corner to a fleur-de-lis, which I thought would be kind of a cute little detail. But yeah, I'm gonna do this. The plan is to do it probably again like every other week. So there'll be like I think 4 in-game years worth of streams, roughly over the course. Or no, that wouldn't be right. That'd be 6 years in game. Yeah. That sounds like Acadian. Or like, they might be speaking like Cajun French. What's happening? Where am I? There we go. Yeah, I really like how that thumbnail came out, and I'm very excited to do those streams. I was actually going to start it last week, but then I just ran out of time.
If he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot.
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is
What's crazy is he
easily
could have just like,
explained.
if before he was found the first time, he just like
should be
smudged across the
perfectly
glasses with
obvious
his
who must
forearm,
have
he would have been
moved
fine.
Taka's
Hi
corpse.
Kahaku, how's it going? Bam, 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 ba-dum, bam, ba-dum, bam, bam.
I got it! It could
Hey,
only
Jamel.
have been Hifumi.
Look, that's a lot of tongue
While
for
we
one
were all
person's mouth. That's
gathered
kind of
in the
hard.
nurse's office, he
Gotta
went
give her
to the
some grace.
equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well,
Wow.
after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository.
Bam, bam,
But when we got there, the door was
bam,
locked.
bam.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside.
Also,
Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone
Every-
was already inside.
every now and then I've like posted a selfie on like Twitter or whatever, and I don't think like I hadn't realized how pale I had gotten because I usually don't go out in the sun because I work full time and then I come straight home and like do streaming and stuff. So like I haven't been out in the sun for years really at this point, like consistently. So then like looking at how dark my arms are and like how now my legs, 'cause I was out for 4th of July is my dad's birthday, so we were out at my parents' place for that and getting out into some sun. And like you should see how dark I am, or like the tan lines on me are vicious. So afterwards, exactly. Well, and I want
And
it.
it could
I
only
also
have been
don't like
Hifumi,
having tan
who
lines.
just
Like I
finished
want to have like a
stashing
proper
Taka's
full
body
body
there.
tan, but that would mean like either
He
going out and
convinced
tanning
us all
naked,
he
which I
was
don't want to
dead.
do,
And when he
or
saw
like
his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the
I
repository.
don't know, going to a tanning booth, which I'm like honestly kind of tempted to just
So,
get fixed.
Hifumi wasn't just another victim in
Tan
this
lines can be
case.
cute if they're the right kind of
He
tan
was
lines.
one
I
of
don't
the
want to have a farmer
assailants.
tan though. I don't like that.
that means he took part in the murders.
Yeah, not tan lines. Yeah, exactly. Well, like,
I just can't believe it.
also, I think the thing is, I don't mind having tan lines if it's like a base tan on every part and then just some parts that are a little bit darker. Like, that's one thing. But like, my body was truly so pale, which like I'm not. Like, I have to be out of the sun again for like years and years before I actually get that pale. Well, that's rough. Yeah, like, I mean, there's never any winning. People are always going to be weird about skin tone and tans and all that stuff, but like...
If you're having
I don't know.
trouble, would
I
you
usually
like
like
me
my
to show
natural
you
skin,
one
or
more
like my
piece of evidence?
natural, like, mildly tanned skin tone. Because I feel like it also suits my features better.
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Maybe I'll find a nude beach. I was actually going to go to Wreck Beach while I was in Vancouver, but then it was during the World Cup, and I don't like my body enough right now. So I was like, I'm just going to not do that. It would have been this, right?
I got it!
Oh.
You're
I don't know why I'm
talking
asking
about
like
the
that's
note
not obvious.
Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a guy I follow on Twitter who like has like because there's something very cute about like the guys who are like very, very pale and then have like very dark like eyebrows and dark hair. Like, love that look, and it always makes me kind of wish that I could do that. But like, my skin is never gonna get that kind of pale. You know what I mean? Because like, and I'm not saying this to be like, oh yeah, I'm like, I'm basically a POC, because I'm not. But like, I do have enough of like, I guess, like, because I am Métis, and like, it does show up, especially if I get any amount of sun. Like, you can tell by kind of like the tone of tan that I get. Like the undertone of it being, I guess, a little bit more like, I don't know, what's the way to, like, what color does it turn? Métis, M-E-T-I-S. It's the indigenous group of people born of indigenous women and French settlers. Mostly French. I mean, technically European, but mostly French. And like, to be clear, like, I'm not like super like still trying to reconnect with all that stuff, because it was kind of one of those things. Like, a lot of families kind of hid that in the past. And so our family didn't really like acknowledge it or like engage with it for a long time, and so we're trying to do that again, and I'm trying to figure that out, but whatever, that's beside the point. The main reason I bring it up is that ancestor's genetics stick around like fucking crazy, because even though it's a few generations back, it's still like very, very strong, and it does like, it shows up in a lot of our like skin and hair in particular, I guess, kind of face shape, I guess, but like, it does mean that I don't ever go like European white people pale of like paper white, you know what I mean? Like, I could never do like the emo boy with the black hair and the black eyebrows and like all that. It just wouldn't look right on me, because the undertones just don't match up for that. And so I just kind of resigned. Like, that's why I do blonde.
Forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what
the
the
slightly
note says.
off yellow or like slightly off white blonde matches my skin tone better than that kind of really dark hair. Monica, we can't find out, so don't tell anyone for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
Ah, that's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go.
Just the wrong hue of pale for the kind of hair I would like to do with
different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Fumi's pants.
I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
Thanks,
I don't really
Jill.
understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
time!
I'm on her side with this one. Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still, I can't let her get to me. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m.
Yeah, no kidding.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, that's wrong.
I do appreciate when it's the last line in the dialogue so you can get through the whole thing and then also finish it in the same line.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
There is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me.
Well, I don't know if it was just the same as you. It's probably easier to trick
really
you.
is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they'd found a way out.
Well, and also
But if they gave the
killing
note
2
to
people.
Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Thank you, Manjare. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. See, I'm so happy that people enjoy Buried Stars as much as I did, because I mean, we were just talking about it earlier. Like, it is one of the few games where I will like go out on a limb and say like, I think people should, if they like me or if they like my content, they will also like that game. It's so good. Also, yeah, Process Elimination. Yeah, definitely an experience. I'm glad you enjoyed it though.
I got it! When I
Again,
searched Taka's
it's complicated.
body,
I don't dislike it by any stretch. It's just, it's such a hard one to recommend because it's like, Process Elimination is the one with the Pinkerton detective.
The sheet of paper this piece came from is...
Pinkerton.
I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Yeah, because I mean, I've always kind of explained it as like Buried Stars. I feel like it's a harder sell in terms of like I think it's harder to get people on board with it, but it's a lot easier for me to say like you should play this, you'll like it. Whereas Process Elimination is like I think you should play it, but like heads up, it's gonna go in some weird fucking directions. Process Elimination, it's the one where you're playing as knockoff Shuichi Saihara. Hold on, I can get the video that I made about it. Process Elimination is complicated, and I don't know how to talk about it, I think is what I called it. This one. It does have some great music though. Can't take that away from Process Elimination. The soundtrack is incredible.
And Taka's scrap.
And very
and
pretty
Hifumi's
characters.
note.
Yup. They're from the same piece of paper.
Buried Stars is also, yeah.
Hifumi had the note meant for
It goes in
Taka,
some,
while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note.
Yeah, well, like, I think the thing, yeah, Process Elimination, I mean, I think I said it in the video about it as well, where it's like, it has an incredible first chapter. Like that first 2 chapters, like the prologue, the first 2 chapters are both good, but then as soon as they go underground, it's like, I think they struggled to figure out, they knew where they wanted it to end up and didn't know how to get there, and they kind of wasted that middle section, but still very good. Yeah, Buried Stars, I still think a lot about how, you know, the girls who know, that very first ending with how dark it gets and how like morbid it is. I remember I was supposed to play that one and then I postponed that, or I was supposed to play that section of the game without realizing what it was. And I postponed that stream because I'd gotten laid off the day and I was like, I probably am not emotionally in the right place. And I went and played it the week after and I was like, yeah, definitely was not in a place to experience that.
To explain
in the state that I was in that day.
Clutching the note.
This would have been
Hifumi tried
not
to
in a good
free the note
place.
from his death grip. leaving behind
Not that it would
only
like
one small
had dire
scrap.
consequences, but more just
Did
I think
get
I would
all
have
that right?
not interpreted it properly, or like
That means Hifumi knew
not
the note
enjoyed
was
it as
important.
much as a storytelling thing.
Exactly. Which
When it would've
proves that he
mostly
was
just
an
been, like-
accomplice in the murder.
I don't know, just wouldn't have been resonating.
Whoa.
Right. But it's so good.
Yeah.
I love it so
After
much.
seeing all this,
And it's written so well,
Hifumi
and
was
the like
super
the build
involved
up
in
to it,
this
the
whole
tension
thing
is
for
so
sure.
good.
In fact,
And
he
the
was
30K
behind the
Pop
whole
Boys.
thing. In fact, he's still alive.
Shut the fuck up,
Sorry,
hero.
no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead.
Well, until Aoi cried on him
the
a little bit, and then he
second
got
body
better for a sec.
discovery announcement proves that.
I still feel so bad for Taka. He deserved better.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
Hifumi was
Was
truly
killed
dead,
in the
except we know he
repository.
woke up and did it
So he
again.
must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
Yeah, the
So,
dialogue
he
is
must
very-
Have been killed
I mean,
after Taka's body vanished.
I still love Haesung.
But before we found both bodies
He was the
in
inspiration for the hair for this design.
repository.
Like he was the
During
reference
that
I sent to
time,
Kasai
we all
for
split
it.
up and were searching for Taka's missing body.
It's such a
In
it's such a
other
nice
words, during
hairstyle.
that time,
He's just
none of
afraid.
us have alibis.
And the truly, if I wasn't committed to being blonde with this
but me and
design, I would get the
Sakura were
red
together.
color that he has for that 'cause it's so good.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
No, literally. I joked about it a bunch
walrus?
with the Haesung, but I was like,
Anyway,
rarely
when they were
do
killed
I-
bothers me too. But there's
rarely do I have a
something
thing for
that's
such a like
bothering
bratty
me
bottom
even
fight, like,
more.
goddamn, he's so.
And what
He's so
might
cute.
that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean,
I'm gonna kill myself, Mitzi. I swear to God.
File, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost
Haesung,
the same.
I don't know.
With them having similar fractures and all.
Is that Gyhyuk's name wrong the entire? Yeah, it said it wrong the entire time I was playing it. Or like Hyacinth. Haesung. Haesung. Okay, well. Clearly, I just have beef with whoever the fuck is doing the romanization of Korean, because that's not. The word is spelled. Hold on. I think that pronouncing it Haesung or Haesung is a pretty understandable way to pronounce that. Also, hi Snake for Priest. Sorry, you got here while I'm ranting. That is the other funny thing about Inescapable is that it makes it like there were so many comments I got on it where people were like, I think you're being kind of harsh on this. And then I would go over to my VOD's channel and see them comment on the VOD and be like, no, never mind. It's so much worse. Because it's so bad. But yeah, welcome in. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're enjoying or at least surviving the VODs. Yeah, I mean, there were so many people who were like there were a lot of people who were like kind of mean about the new model. And I remember saying like because there were 2 videos I put out the same weekend that I debuted it. And I remember I was like, yeah, like, you know, people get weird about change. People don't like change. And then it takes some time and then they get over it. And all of a sudden, before you know it, the new thing is what you're used to. And the old one's going to be weird. I think I literally said that in the video about it, where I said something along the lines of like, you know, eventually if you stick around and you watch these videos for a while and it feels weird, eventually you're going to go back and watch an old one. And you're like, that's so unusual to see you in that model. Thank you very much. Hell yeah. Again, I think this is an issue with how they romanize certain Korean characters, because they're not correct for how people actually say it. Like Hiju, I think would make sense if, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Thank you. Well, it is a different art style, which like really helps. Like Gasai's art style is very different from not just like my old model, but also from like kind of like Gasai has a very distinctive style of his own. And so it's very like, it's definitely more of a unique vibe. I do wonder if I could get or if I would be able to show the 3D model, because that one's being done by Kodo. And do I have the face of it in here? No, I don't think the head is not visible in this video that I have. I do have the model. I just haven't really gotten around, or I haven't gotten the last I've set up. Yeah, well, I think like, and that's the thing is like, I don't know. it's always hard for people to separate the context of things, but yeah, my favorite part. Okay, Jesus, fine. I guess we won't talk.
Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right?
Actually, never mind. Well, don't worry. You don't apologize. You know what, Mitzi? You don't get to dictate the pace of my gameplay. It's building anticipation. But no, I think like, and also part of it is that these trials are a lot shorter and I want us to go to 3 hours. And so it is kind of necessary sometimes to procrastinate a little bit. Like to stall it. Not stall it, but like talk a little bit. But yeah, like I think a lot of people got very like, were like, I don't think I can keep watching your videos because there's this model. A lot of people, the thing I still am kind of like, I still do get annoyed by was the number of people who are like, this model looks so slutty. Like you know, why is he not wearing pants? Which also, there's like a whole Twitter backlash against the person who made this shitty tweet, like saying to put on some pants. Because now people are like actually shitting on that person. I'm like, okay, thank God. Because like I've still felt kind of bad about how I reacted, but it turns out that's just how that person was all the time. So like I don't actually feel that bad anymore. Fuck that guy. Or fuck that person. I don't even know. But like, yeah, I think like it's not necessary to like be scared of changing it. Because like inevitably people will get it. Like, I mean, look at it. There's no more comments that I get where people are like, what happened to your model? Or like, what's different now? Or like, when did that happen? If anything, when I go to my old videos, I do get comments from people saying like, yeah, I forgot that you had a different design back now, or back at this point. Like, you know, it is a bit disorienting. And I think like, eventually you just kind of got to stick by what you do. Because my approach is that like, if you try to cater to an audience, you're going to get an audience who expects to be catered to. And I've always taken the approach of like, I don't want you guys to think that I do things based off of what, you know, the loudest or most annoying people out there are going to say about the kind of content I make. You know what I mean? Like, I still listen to feedback and I still try and take it on, but also like I make the kind of videos I want to make. I stream the kind of games I want to make, all that sort of stuff. Your images the fancy. Well, let me see. Why is slut shaming getting held? Feels like that's anti-bullying, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, like, hold on, where is he? Like, oh wait, it's locked in place. How do I... Like, it's just that when I did those first few videos, it was positioned like this, where like you couldn't really see the belt. And so like, I kind of get why people were like that, but also it's just like, come on. But yeah, no, I've never taken the approach that I think that other people know what I will be best at more than I know what I'll be best at. Actually, sexy pants, yes. Well, and I am actually getting, oh wait, I'm getting the other two, I guess I should, or I don't know if I've actually talked about it, but I am getting the other two outfits rigged. I'm not sure when exactly Syl is going to be starting it. We're getting that stuff done. And where are they? Oh, there we go. So yeah, so the other two outfits, what I've called, I think I called it Club Slut and Witch Boy. I'm very excited to have both those. Actually, I also got a really good, wait, hold on, let me show you the art that I got recently. There's one part of it I can't show because there's some variants that are not appropriate, but if you know Nathan Pink, he did this really cute art piece for me using the Witch Boy outfit, which I very, very much so like. I'm trying to think if there's like are there other safe work variants of this one that I could use? I guess this one. There's really not many. Hi, Leoto. Thank you. But yeah, Nathan did such a good job with it. I was so happy with that piece. I still have a Diz Dudes piece coming, which I'm very, very excited about, and it's looking really good. I don't know. It's so fun. I'll have time to break. Oh yeah, no. I mean, that's what I did too. Is when I first got my model, like when I commissioned it, I deliberately went for like stiff fabrics and things that wouldn't be hard to rig because I had to learn to do it myself, and then also had to like do it all in the span of a month during the free trial for Live 2D.
So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, Then
Thank you,
put
though.
the hammer back
I
where they
really like it. I'm
found
trying to figure out what I'm going to use it for, like what art pieces or
But
whatever, or
wouldn't
what
that be
thumbnails.
seriously risky for him?
Because I don't know if I'm going to, or when I'm going to next year.
I'm surprised. It seems there's some
Well, I have no
semblance of a
artistic
brain
or
knocking
animation
around that
skills.
skull of yours after
And
all.
also, my model artist for that model kind of dipped and didn't finish
Hell
it,
yeah,
so it was
it's packed in there good
it was
and
rough.
tight.
Happy
He's
for you,
right,
Hero.
though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments.
Like a guitar.
But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers?
Yeah, I'm also of the opinion that like.
Personally, I haven't a clue.
Oh,
So
I'm
which
sure you
hammer
don't.
was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Girl.
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Owie.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I never know nothing.
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
Me and my friends
So
would have killed
then,
Ifumi and Taka
what
with
was used
hammers
to
of
kill
increasing size
Hifumi?
and weight. I can tell you that much. Weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. Whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. So I have to find the truth. God, my voice still like is not. Ever since I got sick, I mean, I got intubated when I got sick, or when I had surgery, like
What was
year and a
used
half
to
ago.
kill Hifumi?
Is it this one? Oh, not spotless hammer. Stupid.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it
Justice Hammer, maybe Justice...
well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody witness?
Sounds like a justice... Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more...
Well, one thing's the murder weapon had to be one of the Justice
I would argue that my argument should have also defeated that one, but whatever. So I was because he's trying to feed my argument.
The
Exactly.
murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all.
Again,
No, it was something completely
this
different.
is one of my like worst character traits when it comes to playing these games, and I recognize that, and I'm never going to change, unfortunately. Is that I always will, and I will die on the hill that my argument does still get me to the same point that the game is trying to get me to. And this was a big thing with Master Detective Archives, which is such a like forgotten game. I feel like so few people actually talk about that one, which kind of sucks because I think a sequel for that one could do really, really good. But like, I don't know. That one had so many issues where like it kept trying to
Seriously?
drag out the
A different
trials.
weapon?
It's
Specifically,
impossible to
a
just
hammer
get
from
the
the
right answer because it would
repository.
it would be
The
so
killer
circular
could
because
have
it's trying to
easily
drag it
used
out more
that to
and
kill
more.
Hifumi.
I can tell you that.
Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
Oh, actually,
And
I
the
wonder if
reason it
Psycho
had been
if there's
scrubbed
any
clean
progress on that.
was most likely because it
Hold
was
on.
used to commit murder.
Sorry, again, I know I'm getting distracted. Part of this is also I haven't been on stream for a long time, so I haven't been able to chat with you guys for a hot minute. Also, God, there's so many games I need to play. Valhalla is the next one that gets added in as soon as we're able to start playing something else, because otherwise Mitzi's gonna kill me. But there's also, oh, what else is there? Hold on. Psycho Sleuth is supposed to be coming out sometime this year. I kind of don't know if it will actually make it out in time. Just, oh wait, they put out an update last month. My sketches, teams. I do kind of like that the Psycho Sleuth dev team is also really emphatic about not using AI and like, you know, we're doing these animations, they're hand drawn frame by frame, all that sort of stuff. I'm really curious to see where that one goes. I do still sometimes get some comments on the video I made about it where some people are very unhappy about the concept. Are Game Valhalla? Yes. So on the list of games that I need to play that are up, Valhalla is the next one that we're adding in. Until Then is also one that's coming up next. I really do want to play Unmasked Truth, the Shattered Dreams demo. Unbeatable, I got gifted that one. Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane, that one has to come up. Possessors, because I got added to the press. I still don't really know how I got on the press list for Possessors, and I feel really bad that I wasn't able to play it when it was new. What else is there? Coffee Talk. Gnosia, whatever it is. There's so many games I have to play. And I'm like really excited to play them all. But it's also the problem of, like, since I was so out of it for most of June, I couldn't get to a lot of these, so I'm kind of behind. Yes, Valhalla.
If
Yes,
the
yes,
hammer
yes.
got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it
So,
off.
whichever game I finish first between this and Persona 3 Reload, that game will take the
I'd
place
also
of it.
like to point out that the repository has all kinds
Because
of
I want to have
hammers.
more short games that are
Big
in the
ones,
mix.
small
Hey, Juan,
ones,
I'm doing good. How are you?
and even some flat mallet-like ones.
I'm like, I believe you that it's good.
I think whoever made
the
the
plan was to
Justice
already
hammers
probably done it by this
used
point.
those as a
But
basis
then
for their design.
I was so burnt out and tired. Like, it's hard.
If
That
that's
Drag
true,
Race video has also been weighing
that
on me so
would
much.
explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
Actually, hold on. Let me check and see. How far along am I in either of those? I mean, I know with this Danganronpa one, we're still probably at least a month away from finishing it, I would guess. Maybe more. Depends on how long it takes, or how many extra streams I'm able to do of it. With P3R, I'm 9 streams into that one, which is the same amount as this one, actually. So we'll see. Because I crunched to finish Shoot in Order, which I really like that one. I'm kind of
So
hoping that the Shoot in
Hifumi
Order
moved
topic gets
Taka's
picked.
body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that
But
was
also, I'm
the
trying not to
true
schedule
killer.
too many streams while I'm also
The
doing
one
courses,
Hifumi
because
was
I want to get the
working
courses
with.
done
And the one who betrayed him.
before I don't want to stream a bunch of
Hold on a
times and
moment.
not do my courses. I'd
I
rather do
still
my
think
courses and
it's
then have extra
strange
time left over to
assume someone
marathons and
was working
streams.
together with him.
Yeah, I'm sure you do think that's strange.
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a
I kind
murder.
of figured.
So the idea that
I did finish it on
anyone would
stream.
work
I
together
finished
like
it up,
that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
When did I finish shooting? I finished it at the end of May. I liked how shooting turned out. It was a mess to get there in some points for sure, but like I liked. I think Kodaka just has a lot of feelings about humanity. Anyways, we did talk about it. There wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but. I keep on trying to also go too high pitched, and then I end up losing it too fast.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
Yeah, I think
That is how the rule
it's kind
was
of like an
explained to
inverse
us.
process of
But that
elimination
only
almost,
really
where like
applies if there's
the
one
start of it
murder,
is a lot of
right?
spinning its tires, kind
In
of
this case, however,
not
there
fully.
were 2 murders.
because it was, you know, like you have to do the multiple routes and no chance people work together.
Based on the rules
Yeah, I
that
think
have
we have to
been
pick
laid
up the
out
two
for
kill.
us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder,
Only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true.
But yeah, I
That
think
is.
like
But that only really
In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
I don't know. The first half of that game, or not first half, like first 3/4 of it is a lot of like, since you're going back and forth with the same stuff over and over.
based on the rules,
It
even
is
if
a
more
little
than
bit
one, only the
trickier.
one who actually, assuming
Or like
the
it's a little
rule
bit slower to
holds
start,
true.
but like the ending is so good and the way that it's told is so interesting and like I really like it. I do think it would be a game. It would be nice if that game kind of did
Since
more of a
there
job
were
of like
2
refreshing
murders,
you, I think.
it's at least
Or, like,
plausible
if-
that more than one person was involved.
I don't know how you would change it because the thing is also like the gimmick I think is really interesting. I think it's a cool idea. I'm glad that they did it. Like I think I don't have an issue with them trying something new with that, and like the structure of it is kind of fun to me. But like I do think they could have done maybe a better job of like, or maybe the better way to do it would be for each of the like. But you don't really want the individual chapters to be like too much shorter, because then you get to the solution even faster, and then you drag it out even longer after that. I don't know. I don't know how you would do the gimmick of that game differently, and or like how you'd still manage to do that gimmick and also change the problems with that narrative, because the problems of the narrative are inherent to the gimmick, and the gimmick is interesting, and I like how they I like that they did the gimmick, and I don't think that part is bad. Like I think you would realistically, if you were going to try and do that gimmick again, like if you were really committed to doing that gimmick, I think the version of shooting we got is kind of the best version of shooting that it could be with that gimmick, if that makes sense. I'm sure there are other stories that could be told with that gimmick that would work better, but like it is kind of a rock and a hard place on that front, and you know it was never going to be the best game, and definitely there were some routes that were weaker than others, but like I don't know, maybe we played in order. Yeah, well, like the routes don't really inform each other, and that makes sense, and like the, you know, all of it kind of puts you in a position where it's like, it does feel like it's, again, a lot of spinning your tires. And then it's also kind of easy to forget details, especially if you play it on stream like I did, where like a lot of stuff doesn't happen, or like a lot of stuff happens at the very end of one route that's like really important. And then it's been so long on so many routes that don't even, like, that can't touch on that detail, that like you do kind of space on them after a little bit. And that's a little bit unfortunate. But again, like I think it's a very beautiful story in the end. I think it tells, like, that's part of why I want to make the video about it, because I do think that if it weren't for the art style of it, it would definitely be a lot harder to get in on the absurdity of it. But like the entire, like, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, I was talking about this with on Puppo's stream yesterday, where it's like, I think Nirvana Initiative, I really like Nirvana Initiative, but I think there were a lot of people who didn't like it as much because as a mystery, it does a worse job than the first Eye of the Somnium Files game. Whereas like, I think if you enjoy the characters of it and the story of it more, I think Nirvana Initiative is a better game for you. Like, I think that shooting is kind of in that same category, where it's like, if you're playing it because you like mysteries and you want to solve that mystery, I think that will annoy you because the mystery itself isn't really central to it. It's like a bigger picture story about like humanity and like morality and what comes next and what we do to each other and war. And again, especially with 100 line, especially if you get ending 1 or ending 2, which I did, and I keep trying to get Puppo to play because I think I need to talk to Puppo about it. He won't listen to me. No one ever listens to me, even though I'm right about games all the time. It took me like 3 years to bully Puppo into playing Zero Escape, and he's loving it. Fuck get him. Fuck mommy. No. Real. Take on you for last night. So I did the order of it. I did Ministry of Health first, and then Science, and then Justice, and then Education, and then Security. And I like, there's some really important details in Health that like you kind of lose track of as it goes. But like, I think it does save itself a lot on that ending. It was so nice. Thanks, Juan. But yeah, like Tekko's story is also a really good one, which I think if there was one thing I would have, because the thing is like, I feel like I wouldn't want Manji's to be the last route, because I think at that point there would have been too many things that would have made it too easy to solve. Not that I got it right, because I deadass was like, well, it couldn't have been Health and it couldn't have been Security because they had an alibi for each other, because I'm a fucking moron. But like, this is the thing. Whenever it comes to solving mysteries, I'll never get the person right. If I'm guessing the person right in your mystery story, it's because you fucked up bad, because I will be confidently wrong about the culprit in everything. But like that's why also I'm really excited for 2x2, because I know I'm going to get it wrong. It's going to be really funny. Like the process of the elimination, I usually can figure out pretty quick. It's just who did it that I'm fucking awful at. Yeah, it's a good finale. It's a good conclusion to that game, and it is very like very sweet in a lot of ways, but also again, like there's some and I know Kodaka wasn't like purely responsible for that game, but I do think it does say something about how many games he keeps making where humanity is the problem. Yeah, I mean, I think that Eye of the Somnium Files, the first game is definitely, I think, better than the second.
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice
but I still
isn't
don't
really
think that the
worth
second one is that
considering.
bad.
Naturally,
I like it. I also just
if
like
only
Ryuki a
one
lot.
person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working
Community is
together.
rich in sensibility,
The
has
reward that
excellent
balances out
taste,
the
and is
risk
full
of
of
taking part
talented
in a
artistic
scheme.
people. I don't know. Eye of the Somnium
There's
Files
no
also just very
point in
special
being
to me, because
someone's
that was like
accomplice if there's no benefit
the first
to you.
like more niche game that I played on stream, and I love it a lot.
However, if there were
remember,
some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
Cage the Orc played that one, or like, because that was also when I was still like a very small, or like I'm still a very small streamer, but like back when I only had like a couple people in chat usually. So I think I know that Cage watched me stream the first one, then went and played that one with their partner, and then played Nirvana Initiative together, and like I don't know, that was always really fun to me. But like I think, I don't know. Also, yeah, I think Nirvana Initiative does a bad job of gaslighting you. Where this is also what I was talking about with Puppo yesterday when we were playing Virtue's Last Reward. Where, like, Virtue's Last Reward has so many little moments where, like, once you get to the conclusion and it's telling you all the details, you're like, oh my god, of course it was that. Now I see it. Now I get it. And, like, Virtue's Last Reward doesn't make you feel stupid for not getting it, because a lot of it is stuff you theoretically could have gotten, but also you're not going to feel bad for not getting it, because it's like so much of it is so out of left field. Also, it's not your fault, or that's not my fault, Mitzi. I told you to buy it on sale and you put it off until it was not on sale. Should have listened to me. Sorry.
You're saying that two people could act as each
It is
other's
crazy how cheap the
accomplices
first
to
game is
commit
compared to
two
the second
separate
one when the
murders.
first one is so good.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents.
Well, like, that's the thing is, like, this is, like, the Somnium Files, the first game is so hard to, like, pitch someone on in the same kind of way that, like, well, not really in the same, like, Buried Stars is, like, difficult because it's kind of an oddball one, but, like, it's straightforward in terms of, like, what you're getting. It's just whether or not someone's willing to bite the bullet and try that. The Somnium Files is such a hard game to pitch because it does itself no favors in its marketing, because it kind of, like, when you watch the teaser video on Steam and stuff, it's very, like, kind of gritty and, like, it seems like it's going to be a bit of a darker game, and it doesn't really convey the humor of it and, like, how good the characters are, how fruity it is. Like, the Somnium Files is one where, like, a lot of my friends, including Puppo actually, and also Mitzi, but, like, Puppo was the first person I really brought into it, because I was like, look, I think you'll like this game. Please try it. Like, just give it a shot. I know you'll love it. It's a weird game. Don't look at the marketing of it because it doesn't do a good job of conveying the tone of it, but it's so fun. And, like, I haven't met anyone who disliked the Somnium Files except for, like, weird Zero Escape fans. Like, for whatever reason, there's a sizable contingent of the Zero Escape fandom. I think it's because it came out after the Zero Escape franchise was done and they were hoping for more Zero Escape, and that's kind of where the resentment towards it comes from. But, like, everyone I know who's, like, been willing to take the gamble on the Somnium Files has loved it, because it is so special, and it is kind of a shame that Nirvana Initiative couldn't quite capture that same magic, in part because it doesn't use the same characters in the same way. And then I mean, Date in particular gets flanderized pretty hard, I think, in No Sleep for Kaname Date, even though I think that game is still pretty fun. But, like, God, the first one's so good, and it's such a weird little game. Anyways, sorry.
And it
We're
only
never gonna do this
looked
fucking
like
chapter.
one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look.
I definitely did
A
recommend
single
it to you. 'Cause
suspicious
I recommend
individual,
the
a
Somnium
similar
Files to
weapon
everyone.
used in each crime,
Because whenever someone plays
disappearing bodies.
my thought process is, like, if someone has played Danganronpa, I'm like, have you played Zero Escape? If they haven't played Zero Escape, I'm like, you should play Zero Escape. And I'm like, if you haven't played Zero Escape, you almost certainly have never heard of the Somnium Files, and you should play the Somnium Files. And then, because it's always on sale for, like, $2. Like, that, again, it's very weird that it's so cheap. Because, like, it's amazing. I understand, like, it's an older game, whatever. But it's weird that Nirvana Initiative, which is, like, only a couple years newer than it, is still usually a lot more expensive. And then they're just giving away the Somnium Files. Like, they act like that game is just dog shit that they cannot get rid of fast enough. And it's like, buddy, this is one of the best games I've ever played. I love it so much. Please. I mean, I guess part of me is like, you should value it more, but also part of me is like, thank God you keep making it so cheap that it's really easy for me to convince my friends to play it. Because it's like, it's just $4. It's just $2. They will pay you 50 cents to download this game. Please play it.
By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they
And
made it look like
I've never seen a
one
reverse
person was
queerbait
behind it
used
all.
to hide a murder.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then to avoid
Oh yeah, that's
the
right. No,
no
I did tell you. I said
accomplices
buy
rule,
them
they
both, and you said,
simply
"Well, let me play the first one and see if I like it. Then I'll buy the second." I was like, "You're gonna want to play the second one. Just buy them both when they're on sale, because otherwise it's a lot more expensive." And you were like, "No, I'll wait." And then you regretted it.
Which,
And that's,
if true,
I'm
means that
remembering more of
betraying
the events.
Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
They ever made to convince us the two murders were the same, that the main that was the main characteristic this time. Just by one day. I don't think that's the case. Kyoka must have noticed that fact from the very beginning. That's why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing. Although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is
I
at this.
understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end, murdered him. He was a murderer. In the debates up until now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. Who could it be? Let me pick Monokuma, goddammit. I'm so glad they give her this pose for it too, because
Here's
that's
my
such
answer.
such a kind of diva pose to just be
It
standing there
was
like playing with her
Celeste.
hair, not even looking.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
Sorry, seeing again.
I really do.
I
hate
still think
this
it's kind of funny because
joke.
everyone else who likes Danganronpa got into it so much
I
before me,
wonder.
whereas now I'm like,
So what you are saying then is that I specifically chose
I-
to work together with Hifumi.
like I only got into this a few years ago, so like for me it's a lot more fresh. Whereas everyone else is like, oh my god, I played this when I was 12. But yeah, also this is the thing is like for me, Celeste picked the wrong person to work with because you should not have trusted Hifumi. If she was going to commit a murder by herself, she could have gotten away with it. She made this too elaborate and she introduced too many variables with Hifumi. And also, she should have been able to be like, look, Hifumi, you fucked this up with this mascot. I'm going to throw you under the fucking bus. Yeah, I got into this shit after V3 had been out for several years already. I think it was like, what, 2022? When I first played, and I played V3 first and then 1 and then 2.
The idea that I would choose to
like,
spend
truly
any
got to
amount
this
of
fandom
time
so well.
interacting with him,
Now this is, she
that I
She
would
might
go
be evil.
within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
Pardonnez-moi.
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
You guys aren't true.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior
Yeah,
that was
if-
common only to the two of you.
If she decided, you know what, you're gonna fuck this up for me,
Considering what
you
we've
fucked this
learned
up too
so
much.
Far, it only further proves
That is not
that the
surprising to
two
me at
of
all.
you were
Juan. The
working
two of them would
together.
be a demonically evil couple together. Yeah, convinced not guilty.
I got it! The
Argument not
behavior
changed.
they had in common has to do with the suspicious
But, like,
individual in the suit.
If she'd just been like, yeah, no,
doesn't
I threw you under the bus, and then like came into the trial and was like, yeah,
The only
if
ones
we
who
did
ever
it, I
actually
was gonna work
saw
with him,
Robo
but all of a sudden he
Justice
fucked it up.
firsthand were
It would be
Celeste
very
and
funny.
Hifumi.
Because my thing, and this is why sorry, I know we're getting distracted again, but this is part of why I also like kind of had my idea for a rewrite of V3 Chapter 3, where I was like, I think they should have done it in a way where Kyo was the killer, but wasn't going to be considered the Blackened or whatever, so he stuck around. Because I don't think this game has ever really had someone genuinely try to become the Blackened or committed to becoming the Blackened and then not actually succeed and be stuck with everyone else for a while. You know what I mean? But also, I need to go to the bathroom and we need to run an ad anyway, so we're going to do that right now. Once I can find my pen so I can mark down what time this ad will be. Where did I put the pen? Where the fuck did I put it back in here? No, where the fuck did my pen go? Where would I have put it? What is wrong with me? Jesus Christ. Okay, I guess I'll have to find a different pen. Nice. My stupid ass doesn't know what he's doing. What time is it? Oh my god. Oh no, this one was the right pen. I just put it in the pencil case. Okay, we're gonna run the ad and then I'll be right back. I don't know why I'm talking like that. I've been watching too much Blake Jennings. See you in a sec. Okay, so we're back. So I want to go back to a point that I mentioned before I left to go to the bathroom and get water and then kind of got distracted with responding to a message. When I say that, like, I want to have, like, someone who tried to kill someone and then failed and stuck around with them, I don't count Nagito because Nagito doesn't fucking act right. He doesn't. Like, the fact that he tried to kill someone is not in the top 100 problems that he has with that cast. Whereas, like, if you had someone like a Korekio attempt to kill and then it just, and potentially even succeed at killing, and then just still get stuck around because he didn't count technically as the Blackened. I think that introduces a really interesting dynamic, which doesn't really exist for Nagito, because Nagito is going insane off some hope bullshit. Anyways,
Shush.
that was my
the
logic
adults
there.
are talking now.
Yeah, anything that...
Sorry.
It's one of those
As
things
he
where it's like,
said, only
if
Celeste
Nagito was the
and
first to do
Hifumi
it,
ever laid eyes
someone
on
else
the
can still be the first to
costumed
do it,
individual.
because Nagito wasn't doing it
If
first
we
as like a
accept that
normal member
Hifumi
of the
was one of the
roster.
culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After
can't believe
taking
someone would
Hifumi
lie
to the
to me.
nurse's office, we all began our search for this
I
individual,
can't wait to see what shit
correct?
Nagito gets up to in 2x2. It's gonna be crazy.
And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
A post-Ado Nagito Kamaeda is gonna be so much fun. I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Yeah, but he wasn't like a psychopath and like a... I don't know, he's just weird. It's Celeste, what's wrong? That was rather intense. Oh yeah, we've had this scene like 4 times. You're fine, you remember.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Actually, I mean, I guess... You could argue that Mr. Ultimate Yakuza would qualify, because he was planning on killing Mahiru. I don't know why Fuyuhiko's name always escapes me. Now we have to go back. Yeah.
It was to get us to divide into 2 groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was
The
precisely
Fuyuhiko
the
also
one
kind
who
of goes through all the
proposed that
character
we
development
split up.
resulting from that kind of all at once, so it's not really like something they've lived with as much, I guess. I don't know. Well, that's the thing, is it depends, because it's possible that 2x2 is like meant to take place after, or like they retain some sort of memories of him being weird. Yeah, I guess that's the thing too, is like, I really do want to make a video at some point about like the unwinnable task of putting like a killer in your killing game. But yeah, like if Mahiru tried to kill someone and it didn't count, or like failed or whatever, and they just had to like especially if you like near fatally wounded someone, like, oh, maybe Mahiru takes out Fuyuhiko's eye or something like that, and then just like, because she was trying to kill him and it fails, and so she just has to live with that. Like, that'd be kind of wild. Nothing in the nurse's office. Yes.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that piercing cry of yours early on.
And also because like Fuyuhiko, not only is he like Ultimate Yakuza, but like he does have a more valid reason than just about anyone else for wanting to kill someone on the island, or like in one of these games, because like Mahiru did help cover up the murder of his sister. Like, his sister kind of sucked, but like that's a lot easier to kind of understand why he was willing to do it and why he was driven to that point. Because like, again, not to excuse him, obviously, but like that also makes it a lot. Yeah, the entire motive was just targeting him. It was all kind of built around fucking with him, and like, and then he also lost Peko, who was like, you know, there was this whole thing about it. And I do really like I think it would have been honestly interesting if they had decided that, or like if they had dwelt a little bit more on the topic of like, you know, the autonomy of Peko, because that was a cool argument. I think that was a really interesting way of doing that. But like, I don't know. I think like, that's why I think like someone like Kyo revealing that he's like this serial killer and like this cold-blooded piece of shit with like some real fucking issues. If all of that had come out and it's like, yeah, but you're not the Blackened because Tenko killed Angie first and she gets to be the killer even if she's now dead because you killed her. So you're just stuck here now. I still think they should have resurrected Rentaro and done like a whole like plastic surgery, like made him think that he like brainwashed him into thinking he was Rentaro resurrected, but it's actually some other person who's been brought in, and like I think that would have been really cool. But like, you know, having a situation like that, the Princess Peach
That
ass
was to
scream.
signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we are on the 3rd floor. Everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
Yeah, it's
who we
Princess
now
Peach
know
doing
was
the-
only pretending to be
The
dead.
side special attack in Smash Bros. It's the exact same noise. Certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered. Murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered.
Okay, I think that even it, like,
you wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I think that that's a reasonable thing to say. That part I don't think is her being that guilty.
I don't believe it. Everything.
Like, they're in a killing
The whole
game.
thing was
There
one
have been
big
2 murders already.
Hina, you were
I-
with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind
I don't know what
of
that
sick, so
one is.
Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait,
Cool.
then that was...
Looking cool, check.
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
That's
Each piece
I
isn't
mean,
much
yes,
by
okay,
itself, but
they're not
start
literally
putting
the
them
same,
together and the
but it is
picture
certainly
gets very
evocative of the same
ugly
energy.
indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I can't believe Hifumi.
I have no idea what
Can't
you
believe
mean.
Hifumi slipped and fell on his head and is probably
Don't
okay. Just
bother
give him a second to
trying
wake
to
up.
deny it.
Like, what is she supposed to say in that
You
scenario?
made one fatal mistake.
Like, I would find it, you know, in the moment, I would find it more suspicious if she saw him covered in blood splattered out on the floor and been like, he's probably okay, guys. Like, I'd be like, did you kill him? What?
Oh, did I?
Did
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
I'd be like, what the fuck? What do you get out of pretending he's not
What
dying
are you talking
or
about?
dead?
I'm
Like,
talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
oh, interesting. Oh, is that, what is that one called? Is that, another Danganronpa or whatever it's called? Or Danganronpa another? One where it's like the, like, Pokemon style RPG, like old school pixel art Pokemon RPG style thing for the first bit? Oh, okay, isn't crazy. Well, I mean, to be fair, you kind of did that to Kaede. RPG Maker, yeah. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room.
I mean, I think anything that you, like, I mean, frankly, search engines will tell you if their shit is AI. And most of them are made worse by AI, I think. Like, generative AI in particular, because there's so much, like, especially when it comes to job hunting, you got to do what you got to do. Like, I think it's one of the, like, search engines in general are one of those things where, like, it's impossible to get out of using, like, being forced to use some AI because it will just continuously activate itself and it'll pop up in the results and everything. So, like, I don't know. I do find it so weird how many search engines have
Then
gotten
Makoto
so
showed
fucking
up
bad.
and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I
And like
left
all these
with
companies seem to
Makoto.
just be fine with them getting worse.
Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed
Yeah,
to the
the search
nurse's office.
optimization, I don't think it is generative AI
Now,
either.
The entire
Like, the
time
results
we
will-
were together,
the results
none
it
of
generates
us
are
said
generative
anything
AI,
about
but-
Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
Yeah, of
You
course.
hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said?
Because I mean, like, I think there is all like
If you're really not the culprit, you
So
shouldn't
much
have
AI
any problem repeating it, right?
so much AI stuff is like not really generative AI. It's just trying to build off the hype of it and like get funding and, you know, generate market excitement and all this stuff. And like it makes it really stressful and frustrating. Like, damn, that is crazy. But like I don't know. Like this is one of those things that like, and there's sometimes I see stuff online where people are like, well, people need to be better at distinguishing between generative AI and regular AI stuff that's like actually good. And like I still kind of stand by what I said in my other video where it's like I think we do kind of need to try to be absolutist on it as much as possible because like the companies don't care, the people who are replacing labor don't care, everything is getting fucked up because of generative AI and the implications and the connotations and the associations. So like we kind of have to be able to put our foot down and say like, no, it's all bad, because there is no version of any other response where it doesn't come out that way. But also like it's impossible to avoid it with stuff like search engines, because no matter what you search, it will always have it there. Yeah, exactly. It'll just lie to you in the results, and you can't like. That's one of the most frustrating things about generative AI is that like it's being forced on us, and it fucking sucks. Like people keep trying to act like, oh, you're such a Luddite if you don't get into it, and it's like, well, no, because it's bad. Like if it was at least good at what it's doing, then like I could understand at least the argument for it. But like it just sucks, and you're just making me do it anyways. And like even if AI gets good, it's still unethical, it's still wrong, it's still bad because they steal data, and it's so bad for the environment, and the data centers are fucking awful, and it is just being used to spy on us and get unlimited information to do surveillance. But like, yeah, I mean like my profession is not a tech profession. My profession is like finance adjacent, and we're still forced to use AI. It fucking sucks. Everything is forced to use AI. They fired our entire support team and replaced them with a chatbot that is getting worse because whenever like we're supposed to ask our virtual assistant everything. But the problem is that you ask the virtual assistant something, and if it gets it wrong, you're supposed to know and fact check it on the spot. And you're supposed to give it a thumbs down and say it got it wrong. But my theory is that if you don't give it the thumbs down, it just incorporates that into its answers going forward. And I'm thinking a lot of people who are especially new to the job didn't necessarily do that. And so now they're in this position where like the virtual assistant has been fed all this misinformation, and like you can ask the virtual assistant some interesting questions and it will get them wrong. Our virtual assistant is very confident that Donetsk and Luhansk are not part of Ukraine, for example, which is like those are occupied territories of Ukraine by Russia, because it was a question about sanctions, because again, finance adjacent, so like stuff like sanctions comes up because of who we do business with. Like you can't violate sanctions for our job, and so like Russia is under sanctions, but part of Ukraine is under sanctions as well because it's the occupied territories, and even though they're not considered Russian, they're still not supposed to, like, you have to be very careful with it because given that they're annexed or occupied right now, they're still a little bit, like, determining the source requires more information. But our AI does not understand that, and so we'll say, nope, Ukraine is under zero sanctions. There's no Ukrainian territory under sanctions, whereas all of Russia is, which creates this implication of that. People kind of... Yeah, well, that's the thing too, is like there's so, God, it's so sketchy. Like eventually someone's gonna get sued because all those AI chatbots on the employee side will all say like, you know, you have to fact check it, don't take it as gospel because if you fuck it up, it's on you. Someone's gonna fuck it up tremendously because of the advice the AI provides. And then they're gonna sue saying that the company told them to because they told them to use the virtual assistants or the AI or whatever. And then it's gonna be a whole mess. That's so shitty. I'm sorry. Also, it's okay. We're still on track to do this in about 3.5 hours, which I think is kind of what I was expecting or hoping. Biaki said that Celeste's comment is making sense. What is it he's alluding to? I feel like he's not alluding. I think he's saying it pretty straightforwardly, actually, but whatever. Well, even the recording during meetings is still like my doctor's office uses them now for that sort of thing. I hate it because it gets it wrong so much.
Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Yeah, her getting into character, like, I love it.
All I said was...
Because she'll have these moments where she stumbles over her words, like she's
really be enjoying this.
Where she's like...
Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused.
Like, breaks in the wrong place.
Positively elated.
Like, frightened and confused.
We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, it's always frustrating in this game when that happens.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said...
I mean, I think Celeste would have been
like
caught anyways without that bit, but it does kind of put the nail in the coffin.
When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly.
She's so fucking
and
good.
We didn't run into
Again,
her until after we were all
I've said it a
out in the
million
hall.
times. it must kill to create a character like Celeste so early on in your career, because how do you ever match up? Like,
So there was
the
never
most
any chance
incredible
for her to have
character.
seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
And she's only around for half the
So how
fucking
did you
game.
know,
It's like,
Celeste?
ugh.
How
Absolute
did you
diva.
know more than one person had been killed? And
We
how
are going
did you
to
know
die,
they were both
just like those guys died. And that's all I said.
Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations.
Vivid
you know
imaginations. Like, again, I love this because, like, she's so clearly trying to imitate, like, this sort of French accent, but, like, she just gets the little things too wrong. Like, oh, it's so good.
That? You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw.
I think for me, it's Celeste, Kyoko,
Then what about
or
the
Celeste,
picture I took?
Mew, and oh fuck, who'd be the other? And Jinko probably.
How do you
Same process,
explain this
dominant.
picture of the costumed
Well, I mean,
villain
it is
dragging Hifumi away?
trying to play the role of being posh and upper class.
It has to be some kind of setup, right?
So good. Kyoto, my favorite
So let's
character,
put
yeah.
the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten?
Yeah, it is.
You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit.
That one, and isn't there another one from oh, I guess there is only the one of them from that. I thought I had another one. Wait, hold on. No, I do have another one set up, I think. I think I just ran out of space. But let me see here. Hold on. They get Gatling gun. What was the other one I'd set up, though? My alerts. Does it will allow me to play it?
I enjoy getting presents from strange men.
That was a good one. I wish I should have that one set up as like a gift subs one. That'd be fun. My uploads though, where is it? DRS, LGBT community. Someone added a GIF to that, to the Your Sanity Dies thing. What? I know I had another one here though. Where was it?
I can't help it if I'm twice as good as you.
That's a fun one, but that's not from this.
I want reasoning.
Do I really not have any other ones from that game? Fascinating. I could have sworn there was something else I'd pulled. Anyways, Gatling gun. Take off his character. Interesting choice, Pikachu. Hi, Buppo. Stop staring at me. We'll continue, I promise.
Plus, I happen to know that this
It's okay.
particular camera
I'm allowing
does
myself to
not
be
have a
derailed.
timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being
you don't have to
dragged
go
away.
away, Buppo.
If
You're
everything
insane.
I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are
But
we
yeah,
sure
like,
that's really a picture of the suspect
everything
dragging
about
Hifumi
like
away?
I don't know how you would make
What
it
could you
more
possibly
like
mean by
how would
that?
you ever improve this character design? What could you possibly change about anything about Celeste? Thank you for the shirt. Wait, did it not work? Why didn't it work? Hold on. Maybe that got disconnected at some point. Let me see here. I am logged in on Twitch. What? Oh. Maybe we can do it manually, but yeah, weird. Oh well, it is what it is. We got the shirt off and that's what matters.
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the other possibility is Hifumi and the suspect have been drinking.
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around.
Well, all the characters in this series are designed really well, but it's
And
just
the
like,
strange costume might
and especially
only
for who they are
exist
and
to
all
lead
that,
us
plus it's
astray
just
even
so-
farther. If you saw someone
Everything about her
wearing
is so
something like
good.
that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
and like
That's
the
what
amount of
happens.
restraint it takes
You
as a
want me to
writer and a
sleep and made
creator
me out to be the bad
not
guy in all this.
decide that she has to stick around longer because of how good she like. One of the things I do appreciate about Kodaka is that he'll never be like, this character's too good to
Such a
kill right now.
thing is utterly
Like they didn't rewrite
impossible.
V3 to save
Hifumi
Rentaro
was
after they wanted
dragging
to
him
keep
away?
him around.
Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Well, sure you don't. It's your theory.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Get her ass a little bit. Well, and the thing is, like, there is only a slight, like, the lack of competence here is just on Hifumi. Too good to not kill right now. Yeah, exactly. He'll be like, this character, I mean, like, again, they went a little bit overboard with that in V3 because they had so many good characters that they kind of burned through all of them way too fast. But, like,
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous.
ridiculous.
As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, but that's why I'm playing through them right now, is because I want to have them all ready to go before. I want to have all the playthroughs on my
No.
channel before we do
Even
2x2.
if the person inside the suit
And then I'm
were
gonna take a week of
unconscious,
vacation to play
they
through
could
all of it
still
all in
stand
one
up
go.
like that. Because that Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
It was rock hard, like Captain America. I guess he's not rock hard. He's just very prominently flaccid.
That's right!
Yeah.
They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at
Well,
the
and
waist.
again, like the only evidence that got fucked up
I'm
is
not
that
so
like
sure that was a mistake.
all,
I think
all
the
the like
suit was
pro-
designed from the beginning to be used
all the
way
mistakes
it
are
was.
things that Hifumi fucked up because he just couldn't get out of his head for long enough.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they
Yeah, no, I've enjoyed the
specially
playthroughs.
designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were
I mean,
able
I
to
do
fake
think that it's
whole
possible that
thing.
bulge was just bigger than they anticipated it being.
The point of it all was to make us believe whoever
But
was in the suit
I don't know.
was to
I think
blame.
it's dumb that they walked it back. I think they should have kept it.
Well then, I suppose
wait.
this is checkmate.
Oh, they fucked up the transparency on her bow. I didn't even realize that. I mean, I guess they did in her hair too. Weird.
Checkmate?
There's actually a few spots where they don't have the transparency right on her.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
God, I love this.
Celeste? Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little
A
problem.
little bit of a gooner face there.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as
Like
he
her
lay
trying to
dying?
pull it back into this accent, trying to keep her character, and she's so mad she can't. Hey, Hifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right, I remember their name. Yasuhiro. Gosh, that Celeste is so
When
funny.
we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not?
Like, the way that it's like, it sounds like she's getting mockingly. Like, when we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear. Was it not? Like,
He
oh.
said, and I quote,
Yasuhiro!
Like her voice is going.
Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Wait, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He also was severely concussed.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
God.
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to
Also,
us.
I love proclaiming my innocence by being like,
How
I
did
will
he refer to
fucking
each of
burn
us?
you. He said people's last
I got
names.
it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
You just know that they were chuckling to
I know
themselves
I
when they
heard him
wrote that
say
line.
Mr. Naegi more than once, for example.
Mr.
So
Naegi.
if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance.
Again, they have
Now,
such a
isn't
god.
that a
The
convenient explanation?
the dynamics with this class are
No,
just so fun.
There's no reason to think he would have said the name.
I think part of the
any
reason why I
different
wouldn't
than
want them to
normal.
do a 2x2 scenario with this game
But he
is
must
because
have run
like
out of energy before
I
he
don't want
could
them to
say
fuck with the
anymore.
dynamics these characters have. I can see them changing the dynamics of the
So Hifumi
the
was
Goodbye
trying
Despair
to tell us
cast and
the
having
last
fun.
name of whoever killed
I like
him?
how the Trigger Happy Havoc cast just plays out as much as I wish some of them
But
stuck
the
around
name
longer.
he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
Are we gonna do another rhythm action game that I'm gonna fuck up because now it's been too long?
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit!
God.
Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Fine. Make sure your ear holes are wide open.
Wide.
Listen up! My real name
She says it like a fucking
Celestia
Tomodachi life
Would you
character.
please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
What? So let's still give up. So then I have to do something to make her accept it. I was like, hi Damien, how you doing?
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might
I
have
don't know.
that
Has
last
Celeste's
name,
voice actress been in
Would
more
have to
stuff
be
that I would
you,
know?
Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
I'm doing good
How
too,
many
baby. Glad to
times
hear
do I
you.
have to
Well.
tell
Also, I love that
you?
you still have a Chikorita badge.
My name is
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
We're gonna let, I want to see what her
Only truth there is! Moron!
Yeah, well, like, because yeah, it's like we were talking about earlier with voice acting. Like, some games don't benefit from it, some games don't need it, but like, this is a game where like, if you didn't have Celeste's voice actress, it just wouldn't.
It would have to
You would
be
lose so much of what works for her.
Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan?
I'm not pretending. And since
You have no way to contradict.
And is this pose the like
that's
arms crossed, eyes wide open? Like, oh, God, it's so good. What's a popular Disney show?
That's it! The handbook!
What?
Oh God, I have no idea what it could be. I have not watched a
Anytime you
Disney
turn
channel
your
in so
handbook
long.
on, it shows the owner's
Interesting.
name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
I do not know that one, but I'm just surprised she's not in more stuff, in, like especially like this kind of like big killing game dramatic story, because like she just fucking rips every line, and it's so good.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
Like I want Frankly, if this had been the character
That's
voicing
an invasion
like
of privacy.
Clover,
I
I'd probably like
refuse
Clover
to
so much.
cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
I feel like it'd also be hard to
Even
recognize her
when I'm
voice
put in
actress in a
check,
lot of stuff.
It's just my nature not to give up.
Because like this is such a specific
Because-
performance to this character too.
Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fucking love her.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Do I have that one? Oh wait, no, it is 6 o'clock on the watch. It's just crooked. I'm stupid. Celeste is absolutely a diva. I hope we have the information on that. Right? I don't really know which of these is like I know how they recruited them. I don't think any of these actually indicate that. Right? You know what, we're gonna go with this one and see what happens.
The killer is you!
I think that's the only one that I
Before
think could be
anything,
wrong.
The killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
Oh, I thought it was like, how did they recruit them, not who. I'm stupid.
With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
Bone on the meat, meat on the bone. The bone meat. The bone on meat.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro.
Yeah, like she...
When
Again,
they were done
it's so
with
frustrating
him,
that she
they
decided to
shoved
work
him,
with
still
Hifumi,
unconscious,
'cause,
into
like,
the pool room locker.
This could have worked out so well for her if she'd honestly just done it herself.
And then finally, at 6 a.m.,
Like, the only thing she
they
really needed
moved
him
into
for
the
was to make
murder
this
phase of their plan.
fucking Robo-Justice costume.
They
Frankly,
called
that didn't really
Taka
work
to
all
the
that well,
equipment
whatever, I
room.
don't know, anyways.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder.
I guess.
The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd
I
taken.
just wish the talk had gotten to be gay.
They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds. That the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect.
I mean, like, a
based
lot of
on
the
that.
scheme is actually done
But
pretty well. It really is just like those couple of moments where it's like Hifumi being like, yeah, it's Robo-Justice, which is like not a name you should really necessarily know, but whatever.
while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office.
Like, again, I think
This was exactly what Hifumi was
before
hoping
killing
for.
him, honestly, what you could have done actually,
He took a blood packet from the refrigerator
If
and
you're-
Justice Hammer 3.
if you're Celeste, do everything the same right up until you get into the repository. Wait till he's in there. I don't know if she could realistically hit him hard enough to knock him out without killing him by accident, but like she should have just run out of there and been like, oh my god, it was Hifumi, and he was gonna kill me next, and just throw him, because like at that point the
And
plan was
turned
clearly
the
not gonna
room
work because
into
of the
a
things he
crime
fucked
scene,
up,
in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered.
which also would have been kind of funny to watch her try and pin it all on him.
He let out a scream to draw us back.
'Cause she
And
should-
when we returned,
like, that's the thing is,
that's what we found.
based on her character, she should know when the game is lost and when to
Meanwhile,
cut her losses.
the other
you know?
group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi.
Oh my gosh, that is, she could, yeah.
We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took
Oh,
advantage of the situation.
I think I can't imagine what was going through her head watching him do all
He
that.
simply
And
got up and made his
this is just the
escape.
most vile, like,
When we learned his body had
angry
disappeared,
nonsense of
we
all
all
time.
rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again,
The inside of her
Hifumi had
head
the chance
looked like
he was
what
waiting for.
David
This
in
time,
Cyberpunk
he
2077
snuck
looked
into the
like
equipment
when he
room.
was going through his like cyber psychosis, like the little glitchy, like that. That is what I imagine was going through her head at the time.
He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared.
Like all of the little fuck ups are things he should have been able to get right.
But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act.
boom. That noise isn't the noise that it should make hitting someone in the head with a hammer.
Their plan all along was to kill
Okay,
Hifumi
have a good evening.
and
For
get rid of the
stopping by,
one
conceivable.
person who could betray them.
Have a good 5 days of streaming. Jesus.
And they did it using an
That'll be a lot to
ordinary,
have fun.
everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case.
I do feel like this case
And the villain behind it all is...
should have more of like a... Oh my god, I forgot they give her the little flowery portrait.
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
I lost?
Well, and it's what
I
Celeste
lost?
deserves, is to
When
get that jump
was
in
the
quality.
last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Well, not just the words.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no, Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Like,
Interesting.
I love that this is also so different from her like furious voice when she was breaking character, because it's also clear that that was like genuinely beyond her control. Why did I fuck up so badly that the points fell that far? Whatever.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
Also, love this
Or,
voice too.
No, I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay.
They should have had her
If you
voice
would,
more.
please locate your lever and cast your vote.
I still don't
And
know
when
where
the
they
votes
actually are voting
tallied,
on in this
who
one.
will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I don't know why this is so much quieter than everything else. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty. Lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then did you use... That's kind of fucked up because we know she did. Then did you use, you know... I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. Yeah, but... For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name. Like, this is kind of interesting of her. Because, like, as someone who's also extremely competitive, there is something kind of funny about the idea of being like, nope, I lost, fair is fair, I'm not going to fuck you over. Like, I'm not dragging you down with me, you beat me at my own game. Fair enough, I'll keep the secret. It was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
Alter ego. What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt, we're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words...
Then you're the one that stole it?
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
I wish that they changed her like little reactive voices to also be like her normal voice. And you use it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually...
I was hoping I could talk to you. Alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What? Are you okay
It was
with
Taka.
this?
He stole it. What?
So then...
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for the digital camera. I had taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got too close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
As for me...
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh.
He did?
As for me...
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then... It's hard for me to even say. He abused me. The fact that she's like, yeah, I didn't even have to lie to him. Like, girl, yes the fuck you did.
What?
And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime. An absolute crime. I mean, I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
Most
Wait,
unfortunate.
please, if you go now, you will be playing right into his hands. Huh?
Actually...
Taka is planning to use her to escape, and he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean... Taka is going to try to kill you. What?
Indeed.
Oh, so he can keep her to himself. That bastard! Bastard!
Honestly.
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? She...
I swear!
I have to save her!
Actually...
Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan. Huh? I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Like, faking an allegation is fucking wild behavior. Like, ridiculous. Like, they do kind of gloss over that a lot, but if it agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. Well, and, okay, this is not to defend Hifumi, but I don't think that Hifumi would be willing to kill someone just because they stole alter ego. I think it's the fact that it was also the, like, the idea that Taka is also, like, that fucked up and, like, abused her like that. Like, I don't know. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But...
So, why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it?
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry.
Well.
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? And what she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you would actually let him live?
Are you okay with
That's
this?
simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there is to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward. Stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it right up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly right up until the moment of his death.
So in the
He
end...
planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well...
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder
No,
about
he
that.
derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
And what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
But
all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here. Obviously that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here. I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me...
And it was all for that dream. And what was this dream of yours?
Isn't it
To
wonderful?
live in a European castle. A castle? And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers / bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires to satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Yeah, like, and they just add this little bit of extra bullshit onto her character, just be like, let's just make her even more of a diva. She would have hired 7 men, to become the lads themselves. Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Also, I don't know if she would have liked lads. I think she wouldn't have put up with some of the shit the men did in that. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's 10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be done.
unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. We'll see. I think people don't know what's going on in China and are relying on people who have something to gain out of baiting engagement. I'll wait to see if the Chinese government is going to act on it. I'll hear from the Chinese government on it, or we'll hear from the Chinese government on it, not from random Twitter users being like, this is what the Chinese government insiders are saying, because unlike the current American administration, they've got their shit on a little bit more of a tight ship. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh.
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It is not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes,
That's
indeed.
right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey!
You'd just get executed again. Celeste smiled then, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills,
Well done.
chills, kills.
Okay, let's get to rolling. The black and disturbed the peace and must pay the price.
Now then,
then.
I prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything
Use one of her
we've
names.
got.
Pick one.
It's punishment time.
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
What a diva. Music comes. Hold on, I'm gonna turn up the execution volume real quick. It's gonna freeze for half a sec. But I want you guys to at least be able to hear it a little bit. Oh my god, if I can tab in. Hi Felix, how are you? I already have my shaking jar and also I have a butt mouse pad eventually coming out. Or maybe chest. We'll see. The Burning of the Versailles Witch. I like that this one doesn't even have the like normal execution music playing right out of the gate. Like it's so it's so theatric. Felix, they're about to burn a child to death. You can't be saying that. Like, what a unique and weird and like kind of off, like, or unsettling one. Yeah, like it's so like understated. It's so, it's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but... You know what? You get the financing together for it and we'll do it. My execution, Celeste just gets reorganized. I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez. And here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation. The Manu and Manu.
Let me out of here!
Yes, promise. Also, hi Alan. How's it going? Yeah. Welcome back. I hope you're having a good one. Shotguns and European cats. What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad. Yes, it is. But that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you going to make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
How strange.
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then...
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
You...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey.
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, ma'am. What do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that? Mastermind did something to Kyoko's body. What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well?
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
Well, like, they gave her whole full stage production, but they gave her, like, unique music, which they don't really... Like, there's only a couple characters who get, like, an entirely different, like, musical setup. Like, obviously, every one of them is a little bit adjusted, but, like, I think her and... Korekyo gets a very different one. But, I don't know, it's so good. Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key Celeste gave you? What's that key that Celeste gave you? I need to pick a character when we do Goodbye Despair that gets a kimchi level lisp. What's that key that Celeste gave you? No, that's not even right.
So...
I used to actually have a pretty bad lisp. That's part of why like my S's are like very enunciated and why I got very stressed when my old mic used to give me a lisp. I had to go to speech therapy for it when I was in grade 4 and I'd have to play games where we would make a lot of S sounds over and over again. I don't even think it was really a lisp. I think it was more just like not as enunciated as maybe my parents would have liked. Not that they were like super pushy about it, but more just like, or not that they would have liked, but more like it sounded a little bit more like a lisp than not. I think I still had a pretty gay voice even as a kid. It's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey.
True. I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey.
I'm gonna go alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
So...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I meant. Why you? There's still the risk of being of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You. Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
Well then.
It's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm going to go to the dining hall, okay?
Huh?
So Makoto and Kyoko are going to go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. Or what the fuck? Tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah.
So then...
Oh, Her TV was also crazy. We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the keys Celeste gave her and entered or unlocked the locker. As the locker swung open, we saw.
You're really cute.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thank goodness. I'd never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time.
So,
Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please just wait a little longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school? Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However...
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time. You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that...
Indeed.
It's only natural to think I'm a mastermind spy, right? And you too. No! I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then...
That's fine.
Fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see... Oh wait, do we get to see the secret room? I thought that was later. What I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own 2 eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the 2nd floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back. She said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? I don't know if we've ever gotten an explanation for why exactly it was stored here. Oh shit. It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. This is what Kyoko told me about. I mean, you can clearly see the outline of the fake door. Could it really be hidden here? She said it was way in the back of the storage closet, but I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet, and suddenly, as if I was being yanked in, at the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. Let me just really quickly snooze the ad so it doesn't run in the middle of this. I mean, pre-rolls are already on, but I don't think we're turning them off in time for this to be... I don't think we're getting a chance to run another ad break here. I'd fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back wall was like a revolving door, and I'd made my way to the other side. So it's not like a revolving door, it's just like a door. Just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the 2nd floor, there's a storage closet, and way in the back of that closet, there's a secret room. How did you find this, Kyoko? This is the secret room, but what's in here? A bunch of files, and what look like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope Speak Academy Student Registry? It's the only thing in here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand. Before I had a chance to get a look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file and I turned my attention to it. What's this? You must not leave? That's kind of weird. I can understand if it said, like, I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. A strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Alexa, play Deja Vu by Ugi Violetta. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? I love that it changes the music for just like 3 seconds. A strange sound rang out through my head. I felt like I was shaking my brain back and forth. And then darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Ugh. Ow. Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. An empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty? Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen onto the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? My brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room, get some rest. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back to my room. Somehow I made it back to the first floor of the school. Ugh, the farther I walked, the more I felt. Things getting blurry, can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that... So from a vast distance I heard a sound. It was faint but undeniable. That sound, it's coming from the gym? I just realized. As I desperately hauled my shaky frame towards the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. Can't be nothing. Here in the gym? I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified by much more. Before me, there raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
Hearing hostage? Then could it be the mastermind spy is... Chapter 3. Next Generation Legend. Santal Galactic Hero. The whole hallway once again smells like... God, even her silhouette pose is just such a... So good. To be continued. Hi, Box! You're better than me, because if I have a stressful week, I go straight to vodka. Actually, I hadn't really drank for a long time. I have been doing it more lately, not because I'm, like, drinking more heavily, but just because, like... Oops. Just because I have had more opportunities to. Wait, no, I don't want to do that here. We're going to return to the main menu, and we'll do this next time. Oh, putting him on the screen feels rude. But yeah, okay. So there we go. And look, with all my yapping and rambling, we got to 3 hours and 21 minutes. I did a pretty good job, I think, of pacing that out and stalling it out just enough to get us to where I roughly want it to be for the length of a stream of mine. Especially once I cut out all the breaks. I drink a bit. Nice. But yeah, I'm sorry, you are getting here kind of at the end, Box, because we're just about to wrap up. Let me see here. Let me see who's live right now that we can maybe raid out to. Oh, wait. I know who we'll raid out to, actually. Because J1 is doing his new model debut. We'll stall for a little bit because actually he's about to do an ad break of his own, I think. Oh, wait, is he raiding out?
I need to catch up now. Let's raid Gil.
Okay, never mind. Jay is raiding out. God damn it. So we won't raid out to J1. Let's see who else is live. actually. I think everyone is just wrapping up at the same time. Oh no. As soon as he had one more time, make sure he doesn't run while doing this. Why is everyone that I check finishing up their streams? Oh, you know what? Oh no. Hey Ditz, thank you for the head injury on the way out. I'm gonna read out to Shy Sky Pandar. Yes, thank you everybody for stopping by, whether here for some of the stream, all of the stream, bits and pieces, etc., etc. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the link in the pinned message about getting your own little keychain of Viv. It's a very, very cute one. Please go do that. Make sure to copy the raid message. First one's for subscribers. Second one is for everyone else. Yeah, I hope you're having a good evening, Ditz. I hope everyone's having a good evening. Thank you again for stopping by. Hey, Tokovka. It's like Tokovka's wife. We love that name. Yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday with some Persona 3 Reload. On Friday, we're going to be starting the French Stardew Valley streams. And then, yeah, also I realized I didn't actually turn this volume back down to where it's supposed to be. But yeah, thank you so much. Peace out. Goodbye. Bah. And say hi to Pandar for me.